Bounce back. What's happening with it? What it do? Y'all already know what it is. You tuned in to another episode of Everything Boxing. There you go, talking that boxing again. And yeah, when you come in the building, make sure that you smash on the like button and then jump in the comment section. Let me know you're in the building. How everybody feeling today? We got Mr. Pads in the building. What's happening with it? We got my man Daryl DeLoach off in the building. DP Rocker in the building. What it do? Darren Rohit, what's happening with it? Jay West in the building. What's happening with it? Yeah, we got another one. You know what I'm saying? We got another great one for you today. And like I said, as always, make sure that you smash that like button as you come in the building. My man Batman in the building. What's happening with it, Batman? Out there putting in that work. Oh yeah, it's finna be a problem. It's finna be a problem. Because Mr. Gary Russell finna turn up on all your favorite fighters. If he from 126 to 135, it's a problem. Yes, sir. You know what I'm saying? Whether you like it or not, you can't stop it. Yeah. So it's a lot going on. You know, I mean, week after week after week after week, we got boxing. You know, closing the year with a big bang. I'm talking about, what's this been like? Shit. About six weeks in a row? Is we getting 6 weeks in a row? I mean, damn, boxing been lit. That's one thing we can't say, but we ain't been getting the exact fights that we want, but some of these fights that we think ain't gonna be shit, they turning out to be, you know what I'm saying, the main fights we talking about. Like Tank Davis and Issac Cruz. I told y'all I wouldn't pay to see that shit if Batman pulled up on me and gave me the money to see it. But hey, it turned out to be a great fight at the end of the day. I still wouldn't pay for it, but it turned out to be a great fight. And it's done wonders for Issac Cruz's career. You know what I'm saying? You know, Floyd Mayweather, Leonard Ellaby, and you know, the whole TMT promotions, you know, they like to pass bones to up and coming, you know, Hispanic fighters. That's what they do. Hey, but Issac Cruz, you know, he's another recipient of, you know, becoming famous off of Mayweather or Tank Davis. So, you know, hey, it is what it is. Boxing Truth Serum, what's happening with it? And the Queen, Sheena in the building. Eric Johnson in the building, what's happening with it? My man Macadose, Mac of the South. Yeah, and so y'all smash on the like button as you come in the building. You know, hey, Mayweather Promotions, you know, I mean, they over there making stars out of Hispanic fighters. Hey, if that's their motto, it is what it is. James, what's happening with it? Salute. But yeah, y'all smash the like button as you come in the building, you know. We got a lot to talk about today. A lot to cook on today. You know, a lot to cook on. This weekend we got Chris Algieri, you know what I'm saying, going against my man Conor Ben, the son of Nigel Ben. Chris Algieri, he sounded confident. I'm listening to an interview that Chris Algieri did. He's saying that, you know, he feels great. His nutrition is on point, like always. But he says that the reason they picked Conor Ben is because they see a lot of holes in Conor Ben. Yeah, he said that's the reason they chose, right? They took the Conor Ben fight, chose him, picked him, or you know, whatever it was, they saying that they see a lot of holes that they're gonna exploit in Conor Ben. Now, Chris Algieri hasn't been in the ring in. I mean, the last time my man Chris Algieri been in the ring, it's been a long time. My man Smooth Groove Boxing, straight from that Oak Cliff, America. Yeah, he say all skin folk ain't kin folk. Look out for your own, us all. I'm saying. He said that's all he's saying. Man, I'm telling you. But that ain't their motto. Ain't never been their motto. You know what I'm saying? That ain't their motto. You know how they moving over there, Smooth Groove. You know how they moving. When Chris Algieri, when was the last time my man fought? Let me see. Chris Algieri. Oh shit, he fought this year. I'm thinking Chris Algieri been out of the ring for a couple years, but he actually made his comeback fight in August. I didn't see that fight. He fought and he beat Mikel Lespierre. I didn't see that fight. He fought a fighter from Brooklyn. Miguel Lespierre had fought Pedraza before he fought Algieri, and he lost to Pedraza. He also lost to Maurice Hooker back in 2019. So Chris Algieri fought him in his last fight in August. So he ain't that rusty. You know what I'm saying? Before that, he had been out since 2019. But Chris Algieri, he actually, a little active now. So this will be his second fight. And so yeah, this is gonna be a solid fight. Knockout Boxing 86 TV, my man, Knockout. And I'm gonna drop some links for y'all. And my man Dwayne Freeman, I'm gonna drop some links for y'all in a little bit here. So if y'all want to come on and cook and give y'all, opinions on these topics I got going on today, y'all more than welcome. I know, make sure that y'all tune in to Knockout Boxing 86 TV. His prediction, he gonna give y'all his prediction on Conor Ben and Chris Algieri. Knockout, man, Knockout worldwide famous for his predictions. You know what I'm saying? Whoever would have thought, Knockout on the come up, when he was out here on the come up, would be famous for his worldwide predictions. Everybody, every week, is waiting on Knockout's famous predictions. Everybody want to see what Knockout got to say. You know what I'm saying? I get on here and I talk. Nope, Keith. Nope. We waiting to see what Knockout Boxing got to say. You cool and all. You know what I'm saying? Your predictions is cool and all. But you know what I'm saying? You ain't got a record like Knockout. That's what they telling me. We waiting to see what Knockout got to say. If your shit lined up with Knockout, then we'll listen to you. But if you ain't lining up with what Knockout say, we're not listening to you. But salute to Knockout. He became world famous with his predictions. You know what I'm saying? And deservedly so. Yes, sir. My man Mike Rhyme in the building. Mark Stearns, what's happening with it? Salute to you. Yes, so we gotta all wait and see what Knockout predict with the Chris Algieri. And I can't even say I know who Knockout gonna pick because he didn't fool me a couple times. You know what I'm saying? Knockout has fooled me a few times with his predictions. So we're going to see. We're going to see. So wait for that. That's coming soon. But, yeah, Chris Algieri and oh man, you ain't missing nothing. Lee Stevenson, salute. We just getting started. We just talking about the Chris Algieri and Conor Ben fight this weekend. That's gonna be a good fight. Looking forward to seeing that. Also, who else we got in the ring? I know Lomachenko and Richard Comey. You know what I'm saying? I know Lomachenko and Richard Comey. That's another one we got this weekend. Looking forward to seeing that one too. I'm looking forward to actually seeing if Lomachenko is he gonna be able to stop Richard Comey, because ever since Lomachenko took that L to Teofimo Lopez, You know, he's been out here trying to make statements via his last fight with Nakatani. Is Lomachenko going to go out there this weekend? Is he going to try to make another example? And this time, is he going to try to make an example out of Richard Coleman? Is he going to try to outdo, right? Is he going to try to outdo what Teofimo Lopez did? Now, we saw Teofimo Lopez, he knocked out Richard Coleman. What was it, the second round? Was it in the second round? So now we're going to get to see if Lomachenko can outdo that. Now, I don't expect Lomachenko to go out and knock out Richard Coleman in the first or second round. Not at all. But may we see Lomachenko put a beating on Richard Coleman like he did Nakatani, and then stop Richard Coleman in the mid half to the second half of the fight and put on a better overall performance than Teofimo Lopez did to make a statement. Or with Richard Coleman, go out here and cause damage to Lomachenko. We've seen Lomachenko dropped a couple times. Can Richard Coleman go out here and can he drop Lomachenko? We're going to see. We're going to see. That's another solid fight. A solid fight. We also got what's happening with it? Seattle Boxing Talk. Salute to you. Antoine Johnson, what's happening with it? We also got Nonito Donaire fighting. We got him coming back this weekend. Nonito Donaire, he coming back this weekend also. See. Let me see. So we got some fights this weekend. Hold on, y'all. Yeah, let me see. So yeah, we got Nonito Donaire going up against the undefeated Gaballo. Now Gaballo can fight. He's 24-0 with 20 knockouts. That's gonna be a hell of a fight in itself, you know. And I believe that's gonna be on Showtime. You know what I'm saying? We got Nonito Donaire versus Gaballo. That's gonna be a hell of a fight. You know, Nonito Donaire. What is Nonito Donaire? What is he? 38, 39 years old? What is Nonito Donaire? I think he's 39 years old. Nonito Donaire, he's knocking on the door of 40 years old. But he's still dangerous. But can he beat the young 24-year-old Gaballo? Can he beat Gaballo? That's going to be a dog fight right there. This shit crazy. It's so many firefights that's coming on this weekend, and we've been getting this shit every weekend. I can't even keep up with it, y'all. Damn. My man, Knockout, just told me that Bivol and Casimero, they fight too. Like I said, Katie Taylor fight too. Big Baby Jared Anderson, Brandon Lee, Keyshawn Davis, Xander Zayas. Oh man, I can't keep up with it, y'all. I'm not even gonna pretend to y'all. I can't keep up with all these fights. They coming like that, and they coming fast every week. They closing out the year with a bang. And the reason is because these promoters, with a lot of these fighters, they got so many fights that they got to get in with these fighters. You sign a contract, okay, I'm supposed to be fighting 3 times in 2021, right? They ain't got you in yet. Now at the end of the year, that's why you're getting all these stacked cards. They got to give us these cards, and us as the fans, we getting a treat. We getting a treat. So man, these cards are stacked. So let's go down it again. I'm gonna give y'all everybody that's fighting this weekend, just in case you can't keep up with it, just like myself. So we got Nonito Donaire versus Gaballo, the undefeated young hitter Gaballo. We got him fighting this weekend. We got Conor Ben versus Chris Algieri. We got Dimitri Bivol fighting. We got Casemiro fighting this weekend too. We got Katie Taylor, she fighting. We got the return of big baby Jared Anderson, right? We got Brandon Lee returning. We also got the young hitter Keyshawn Davis. And we got Xander Zayas, he returning too. The up and coming Puerto Rican superstar. I mean, what more can you ask for? What more can you? And we got all of this hot boxing talk and news. Boxing hot right now. It's lit. And my man Juan Ramos in the building. What's happening with it? We got Walking Dub, Fool Had It Coming. That's a hell of a name right there. What's happening with it? Mr. Paz, yeah, I do. Cheval Hall, what's happening with it? D-Lo, 404 Boxing, what's happening with my man D-Lo in the building? What's happening with it? Jared Anderson in heavyweight, man. He a heavyweight. He a heavyweight that hit like a heavyweight, but fight like a motherfucking middleweight. He hit like a heavyweight, but fight like a middleweight. You know what I'm saying? And that's a deadly combination right there. It's a deadly combination, of course. And y'all smash on the like button. Smash on the like button. You know what I'm saying? Smash the like button. If you just coming in the building, if you've been in the building and you ain't hit the like button yet, make sure that you smash my like button. So, like I said, that's just me keeping y'all up on the news with the help of some of my people right here in the comment section. Because it's a lot to keep up with. And I don't expect everybody to be able to keep up with what's going on in boxing. Macados, yeah, I know about that. That's December the 18th, the Parker versus Chisora rematch. Like I said before, man, I'm not interested in that fight. Both of them, if they retired tomorrow, I wouldn't give a damn. You know what I'm saying? Chisora older than Methuselah, and Parker born as hell. See, they can go in there and do whatever they want to each other on the 18th. I'm not finna miss nothing for that fight. If I got something to do, you know what I'm saying? I'll come on here on the Monday. If I ain't got nothing to do, I'll watch the fight. I ain't tripping. You know what I'm saying? But if I got something to do while that fight's going down on December the 18th, hey, I'll come on here on Monday and let y'all tell me what happened. I ain't tripping on that fight. But yeah, 817 Boxing Beat off in the building. What's happening with it? But yeah. So let's move along. And hold on. Let's talk about you know what? Let's talk about Ryan Garcia and Rolly. Let's talk about Ryan Garcia and Rolly. Ryan Garcia, he's been having a lot to say. You know what I'm saying? Ryan Garcia has been having a lot to say, and Rolly been having a lot to say. Now, let's listen. I'm gonna read y'all some things that Rolly had to say first in regard to Devin Haney. I don't know what Rolly's infatuation is with Devin Haney, right? I really don't know what his infatuation is with Devin Haney, but every time Devin Haney's name is mentioned, Rolly got something to say. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Rolly has something to say, and I don't know if he's just trying to talk himself into a fight with Devin Haney, or he just really got that man, you know what I'm saying, poster above his bed, and he just has a deep infatuation with Devin Haney. I don't know what it is, but this is what he said after Devin Haney's fight, right, last weekend. Rolly says, I really do feel bad for Devin. Even if you don't have power, you can hurt him. One of the sloppiest and most boring fighters in the history of boxing. You can't even market him because he has zero personality other than a spoiled little bitch. Zero power at all. I swear I can punch. I swear he can punch a cracker and not crack it. The look of disappointment on Eddie Hearn's face today. That's what Rolly had to say. And I think I got a video of him, talking his little shit. Let me see if I can find. Here it is right here. I'll let y'all hear it.
Devin is the weakest link. And I really do feel bad for him. He's gonna fall, and it's gonna hurt worse than anything.
You say you feel bad for him? Why? Like, what do you mean? Why do you feel bad for him?
Because it's not his fault that he was born with fucked up genetics.
And you're referring to his what?
His what?
His lack of power, or
his lack of power, his fragile body frame, his weak legs. He's ugly as fuck. I mean, like, bro, I feel bad for him, And he can't do anything to change that because he was born like that. And just because you say I have more money than you, it doesn't change. He's just ugly as fuck, and he's weak as fuck with no power.
What about you, Rolly? What's next for you? Do we got any update on when you'll be back in the ring?
Rolly's fighting Devontae Davis.
When?
I don't know. My next fight.
And see, I don't like to get on the mentally challenged, because we all know that Rolly, like I told y'all a long time ago, he's not all there. You know what I'm saying? He's not all there. We seen that man drooling and shit in the video before. Like he's really mentally disabled. And I don't like to get on the mentally disabled people, but man, it's kind of funny. I ain't gonna lie, he's kind of funny. But the dude has a deep infatuation with Devin Haney. He's always talking about how that man looked. Why are you so worried about what Devin Haney looked like? Like, the dude is so jealous of Devin Haney. Like, I mean, every time a camera is put in front of your face, you talking about Devin Haney. You sitting up on IG Live gossiping about Devin Haney with Teofimo Lopez. Now, where's Teofimo Lopez at now? Right? Where is he at now? He's somewhere, you know what I'm saying, rocking back and forth, 2 tiers away from being in the mental institute. That's where your buddy is. But you still out here hanging on, talking about Devin Haney every time you get a chance. I don't understand what this man infatuation with. You ain't even saying that you want to fight him. You ain't even saying that you want to fight him. You're just getting on talking about how he looks and how weak his power is. Well, you can't whoop him. You can't whoop him. So I don't understand why he always talking about the man. He not even saying like, hey, Devin Haney, what's up? Let's make this fight happen. You're not even saying that. You talking about fighting Tank Davis, but then talking about how Devin Haney looks and how his genetics are. Bro, you got the most fucked up genetics out of anybody. You don't even have coordination. You get in the ring, you falling all over, throwing wild punches and shit, trying to wrestle this ain't trying to wrestle dudes down to the ground and, you know what I'm saying? Trying to suplex them and shit. Come on, man. Hey, what's wrong with this dude? And can't box a lick. He could wrestle his ass off because we know, retarded people. I don't want to, don't, you know what I'm saying? Don't kill me for saying retarded, but I mean, we know that mentally challenged people, they strong as hell. Like, they real strong and shit. And the only thing that Rolly got on his side is we know, I told y'all the story about when I was a kid growing up, the mentally challenged man, right? It was a group home full of men. I'll run the story back since if y'all didn't remember me telling the story. It was when I was growing up, I was living in these apartments, right? And it was a group home. They was all grown, but it was full of mentally challenged adults. And I'm not saying this to be funny or none of that. I'm dead serious. It's a group home full of mentally challenged adults. And every day they used to take them out and take them out on town and take them places, right? So one of them, he was like all the way gone. And if y'all know, like in apartments, where they have the parking spaces, in the parking spaces, they have the big block metal, you know what I'm saying? The big metal frames separating the parking spaces. They about that, you know what I'm saying? They about that wide, and it's metal, right? And it's separating each parking space. Well, dude, when they would take him out every day, he would stand in front of that, you know what I'm saying, parking space, and he would bang his head up against that metal as hard as he could. I'm talking about where his head be bleeding and everything. And they would have to get him and restrain him from doing it. And he was strong as hell. It would take, you know, like the whole staff to stop him from banging his head up against the metal. Well, he didn't feel no pain. He didn't have no, you know what I'm saying? Like he had the thing where that clicks in your brain and my brain where we feel that pain. It, you know what I'm saying? Well, he didn't have that. Well, that's Rolly. That's why I fear for Devin Haney, Tank Davis, or any one of them dudes to get in the ring with Rolly, because the only chance that he has is he probably don't have that shit that clicks in his head to where he feels pain like the rest of us. He not gonna feel nothing. That's why he be making them crazy ass noises and shit. Those are retarded noises that he makes. Those are mentally challenged noises that he makes when he be hitting the pads and hitting the bags and sparring. You know what I'm saying? Don't nobody even want to be in the ring with Rolly when he's sparring. Come on, hold on, man. Let me pull up the noises that he make. Those ain't normal people noises that he making when he hitting the bag and he's sparring. And come on, man. Motherfuckers get to leaving the gym and shit when he get on the bag. Hold on. Let me pull it up so if y'all don't know what I'm talking about. Oh, hold on. Let me run that back for y'all. Let me let y'all hear. This is Rolly. Hold on. Here's another one. He's shadow boxing. oh shit. Hey, but Drew Titan in the building. What's happening with it? Big Drew in the building. What's happening with it? Hey, check this out. hey, look at him though. Check him out though. Check him out. Look at his mannerisms and shit. Dude, come on now. You know, dude ain't all there. You know what I'm saying? So we be getting mad at Rolly, but we forgetting that he ain't all there. Dude ain't there. And I'm telling y'all, he can't box a lick. He can't box a lick. But one thing about them retarded dudes like Rolly, one thing about Rolly, you know what I'm saying? Them dudes, they don't know their own strength. They got strength. Man, he got that motherfucking ape strength. That's why he be tackling dudes and body slamming them in the ring. He can't control that shit. You know what I'm saying? He tried to control it. He went to therapy for it for long. He can't control it. You know what I'm saying? And he just might not feel pain. We seen Rolly get hit with a lot of shit by that dude, Jackson Marinez. We seen him get hit with a lot of shit, but he ain't feel it. That's why I said Rolly's dangerous. That's why, right? That's why Floyd Mayweather had them women, Floyd and Leonard, they was like, nah, we ain't putting this dude in there with Tank. That's why they had them women come out with all them accusations on Rolly. They wanted to get Rolly up out of there. They was like, man, this dude retarded. This dude don't feel no pain. Tank go hit him with that fucking bazooka up that Hayukin. He gonna hit the Ayuk. He gonna hit him with that uppercut. And Rolly just gonna keep walking through it and shit. That's dangerous. He don't feel no pain. Telling you, that's dangerous. He retarded as hell. But see, he see Devin Haney. He see Devin shining. He see Devin with the women and with the cars. And he's mad. Like, he's mad. He's like, why am I full-blown retarded? Right? Why am I full-blown retarded? And I can't have the jewelry and the cars and, you know what I'm saying? Why does this motherfucker have it? So he wants to resort to talking about his nose and you know what I'm saying? He hate Devin Haney. And it ain't Devin Haney's fault that you retarded. Hey, I mean, you and one thing I can say about Devin, right? He's making a lot out of what he has. He's making a lot out of what he has. What other mentally challenged person, this I'm talking about, he ain't half mentally, he's all the way gone. What other mentally challenged person has done, you know what I'm saying, has been able to come this far? Hey, for real, I'm telling y'all, I wouldn't put, if I was Leonard Ellaby and Floyd Mayweather, any of them, I wouldn't put my fighter in there with him. He don't feel no pain. You might, you know what I'm saying? You're going to break your hand. You're going to break your elbow. You're going to break everything hitting that man. And yeah, you're going to beat the shit out of him for 12 rounds. But then what you going to be left with? He don't feel no pain. I'm telling y'all. I'm telling y'all. Keep on fucking with Rolly if you want to. Hey, but so Ryan Garcia, right? Yeah, right. Batman. You see what I'm saying? Now, all of a sudden, you ain't heard nothing about none of these women. They don't got nothing to say now. I'm telling you. Hey, Floyd Mayweather, you know what I'm saying? Leonard Ellaby was like, hey, Floyd, you know what I'm saying? We know that Tank Davis is the best fighter in the world, Floyd. And we thought about it. And Floyd, we're not gonna put Tank Davis in there with that retarded motherfucker. No, we're not gonna put Tank Davis in there with that retarded motherfucker. I mean, Tank don't need to be in there with him, Floyd. Tank don't need to be in. We got an elaborate plan for Rolly. We got a plan I came up with Rolly. You know what I'm saying? We got the master plan for Rolly. And they came up with the master plan. They called a few of them women on the phone. And you know what I'm saying? We know what happened after that. All of a sudden, these women then disappeared. Y'all think they finna put this retarded ass dude in there with Tank Davis? Hell no, it ain't happening. Yeah, they set him up. Sheena, they ain't finna put him in there with Tank. Motherfucker he ain't gonna feel that fucking Ayuk it. He ain't gonna be able to feel that uppercut. Rolly just gonna make them retarded noises and keep walking through Tank shit. Telling y'all. Hey. But so now we got Ryan Garcia, right? Ryan Garcia, he has a lot to say. Ryan Garcia, he's known for pulling out of fights, right? He's known for pulling out of fights. So Devin Haney, go out there and he put a display on, a beautiful boxing display, right? I had Devin Haney winning 10 rounds to 2 over Joseph Diaz. Devin Haney did everything he was supposed to do. Now, we know that Devin Haney and Bill Haney talking about knockout. I don't pay no attention to that because, like I said, he's not a knockout artist. What he is a, you know what I'm saying? He a great young boxer, a great fighter. He's not a knockout artist. But so we know that Devin Haney went out there and he did his thing against Jojo Diaz. Did his thing against Jojo Diaz. Ryan Garcia, you know what I'm saying? He's somewhere laid up in his boyfriend bed and shit. He's somewhere laid up in his boyfriend bed. And this is what he has to say. You know what I'm saying? Instead of keeping his mouth shut and don't say nothing at all, first of all, he says, good fight, but the hunger to do something special was not there. This is what Ryan Garcia, and y'all hit my like button. Y'all smash my like button. This is what Ryan Garcia had to say in regards to Devin Haney's win over Joseph Diaz, right? Joseph Diaz had only lost one time, and that was to the great Mr. Gary Russell. And I put up Gary Russell. I'm letting y'all know he's coming. You know what I'm saying? He's coming, and he's coming for all these fighters from 126 to 135. Next up is the dude Mark Masayo. After that, you know what I'm saying? Pink-head boy, what's his name? Chris Colbert, he could get it. Tank Davis could get it if he stopped acting like a bitch. This is what Gary Russell want to let y'all know. You know what I'm saying? And whoever else. You know what I'm saying? If he still want to fight with Devin Haney, but he not doing business with Bill. That's between them. I ain't got nothing to do with that. He wants to fight with Devin Haney. He wants that fight, but he wants to do business with, you know what I'm saying? He want to do business directly with Eddie Hearn. Ain't nothing wrong with that. You know what I'm saying? Any other, he wants that Lomachenko smoke. But that fight probably ain't going to happen because we know that Bob Arum ain't going to let Lomachenko nowhere near Gary Russell. So anybody else, you think Gary Russell want all of them. And he got some work, and he got some shit coming up for that pink nigga, Chris Colbert. Real talk. The pink head Chris Colbert, he want to let Chris Colbert know something real soon coming up. And I'm going to let y'all know about that too. But so anyway, Ryan Garcia, right? And Gary Russell said Ryan Garcia, his bitch ass can get it too. He said Ryan Garcia can get it too. You know what I'm saying? He said he'll make an example out of Ryan Garcia along with Tank Davis. But you know, but in other words, right? So Ryan Garcia, he laid up in the bed with his boyfriend, and then he tweets this shit, right? Good fight, but the hunger to do something special was not there. Now, how are you telling Devin Haney or anybody else that the hunger to do something special wasn't there? I'm confused. And once again, y'all go watch the footage of Gary Russell. Now the footage that I just put up on my channel of Gary Russell sparring. That was his first time back in the ring. That was his first time sparring since since his last fight. He don't spar like that. So that was his first time sparring. And he looked damn good for not sparring for all that time. But Ryan Garcia, right back on Ryan Garcia, sorry ass. You have the chance, right? Ryan Garcia has the pick of the litter. He had the chance to fight Javier Fortuna, backed out. He had the chance, right? He's talking that shit about Devin Haney, talking about Devin Haney didn't show him the hunger to do something special. You didn't show the hunger to get in the ring with Joseph Diaz or Devin Haney at all, because both of them men tried to get in the ring with you. Joseph Diaz had a fight set up with you, and you pulled out. You pulled out of the fight. You know what I'm saying? Devin Haney had to come rescue your ass and save the show. You pulled out of the fight, and Devin Haney had to come rescue you and save the show. Right? So what is you talking about? The hunger to do something special. Now, Devin Haney stepped to you several times, and was like, you know what I'm saying? Let's get it popping. Let's get it on. Let's get it on. Let's get it popping. Let's see what you had to say when Devin Haney stepped to you in the ring, since you have so much to say, right? After you just sitting around and you have so much to say after these men get in the ring and fight. Let's see what you had to say. Hold on. Let's hear it.
Let's go now to Chris. Win. You know, I just faked up him a couple of times. But now I feel my let's go. I'm turned up. I'm turned up. Let's go. You know, one guy that certainly has a history with you is the man to your left, also carrying a belt, Devin Haney. Hey, hold up. I need a belt too. If he's the champ, I'm a champ, right?
I'm the champ. I'm the champ, and if he wants a real fight, he can fight me.
I should be champ, right?
You gotta be me to become champ.
Right?
You gotta be me to become champ.
I'll get to you.
Let's make it happen.
I'll get to you.
Make it happen.
Let's get that money. Let's go.
Okay.
I'm turned up right now.
Let me ask you guys, a little bit of a discrepancy between who won what in the amateurs. Devin says he's won all 6 of the matchups against you. You say something different.
Yeah, it's different. You know, look it. We had great fights in the amateurs. No doubt. He's a talented fighter. Much respect. You know, he got love for the game. I'm never a hater, you know, but we need to get this shit going on, right? We need to get this shit popping. We need to fight. Hey, we're good fighters. Let's fucking fight. We're good fighters. Let's fight.
Devin's going to be making a comeback this summer, coming off an injury. Your promoter, Oscar De La Hoya, said he's already reserved the Staples Center for you against Jorge Linares sometime this summer. After watching Linares, is that the fight you want next?
Yeah, I said if he had a good performance, I'll fight him. I said it was okay. Let's get it on. Let's go. I said I had a plan for 2020, and that was to shock the world. So I'm about to shock the world, beat Linares, beat Luke Campbell, beat Gervonta Davis. Now I'm going to go after Devin.
Now, he said he was going to beat Linares. Did he fight him or did he pull out? No, he pulled out of that fight. He said he was going to beat Gervonta Tank Davis. Did he fight Gervonta or did he pull out? Pulled out of that fight. He said he was going to fight Devin Haney, right? He was right there saying, let's get it on. I'm going to fight Devin Haney. Well, let's see. When he became Devin Haney's mandatory, what happened there? Hold on, let's hear him. This is after the Luke Campbell fight. And we know what happened, right? He said he was going to, that was way back then, before 2020, he said he's going to fight Devin Haney, right? Well, when he became Devin Haney's mandatory, what happened? He ducked out of the fight, right? He ducked out of the fight. He dropped the WBC belt so he wouldn't have to fight, right? He dropped the WBC and ducked out of all his fights, right? He could have been fought Devin Haney. He could have been fought Devin Haney. But now you have a nerve enough to talk on that man's performance against Jojo Diaz, another man that you were supposed to fight, but you ducked out of the fight and pulled out. Hey, one thing we know Ryan Garcia is good at is pulling out. For real. We know Ryan Garcia can pull out. That's the only thing we know about Ryan Garcia, is that he's great at pulling out. That man is great at pulling out. Lori Reed, the queen in the building. She says, I was there at that fight. Everybody see it. Like, this dude is a clown. He should have just sit the fuck down, shut up, right? Enjoyed his time with his boyfriend and stayed off of Twitter. But he ain't want to do that. He ain't want to do that, right? Then, hold on. Then, no, but it's more. It's more. Right? Check this out. It's more. That ain't all. Ryan Garcia, then he comes back and he has words to say about Gervonta Tank Davis. Now, Tank spoke on, because they asked him about Ryan Garcia, right? They asked him about Ryan Garcia, and Tank Davis said, man, he just an Instagram YouTube fighter. He says, you know what I'm saying? And we had, we offered him that fight. We were supposed to have that fight, and he pulled out, which he did. He pulled out saying that he had a Manny Pacquiao fight, right? Now, this is what Ryan Garcia said, right? He called himself a pretty girl. He says, never offered me anything, which is a lie. Because everybody know that you were supposed to fight Gervonta Tank Davis, and you pulled out saying that you had a fight with Manny Pacquiao. You pulled out saying that you had a fight with Manny Pacquiao. So you're going to sit there and say that they never offered you anything, typical Mayweather games. Now you're telling flat out lies, right? He also says, I know you like to beat on pretty girls, but this one is going to beat your ass back. He called himself a pretty girl. This ain't my words. He said, I know you like to beat on pretty girls, Gervonta, but this one is going to beat your ass back. There you have it. That's what it is. You know what I'm saying? There you have it. He called he called his own self a pretty girl. Now, right, you saying that you're going to beat his ass and all of that, right? You saying that you're going to beat, well, you had your chance. And you pulled out of the fight, just like every other fight. Just like every other fight. But you always have something to say about somebody else. I don't understand this. You do more laying around talking about everybody else's fight, but you have the pick of the litter to be able to choose whoever you want to fight. How many fighters that is what? How old is Ryan Garcia? 23? How many 23-year-old fighters that we know that's in the position of Ryan Garcia that can choose basically whoever he want to fight? Tank Davis, pull out. Jorge Linares, he pulled. Matter of fact, Jorge Linares just came out, right? Black and Brown Boxing, he did an interview recently with Jorge Linares, and Jorge Linares, right, was talking about how Ryan Garcia is refusing to fight him. He's refusing to sign a contract to fight him. Jorge Linares is still looking for that smoke. So, right, since you got a whole bunch to say about Devin Haney, won't you go out there and fight Jorge Linares and show him, right, that you could do it better than Devin Haney did it? Or you know what, y'all? I got a much better idea. Since he had a chance to fight Gervonta Davis and he pulled out, and he has, you know, so much to say on Gervonta Davis's fight against Isaac Cruz, you know what? I came up with the perfect idea, y'all. Why don't Ryan Garcia fight Isaac Cruz in his next fight? Perfect. Isaac Cruz just fought. Ryan Garcia had plenty enough time to get back in the gym, right? Get back in tip-top condition and fight Isaac Cruz. That's a perfect fight. Problem solved, right? Problem solved. You get to show up Tank Davis if you can, and you get to show everybody that you can whoop somebody that a lot of people saying that they pick Isaac Cruz over Devin Haney. I don't. I think Devin Haney will box circles around Isaac Cruz. But a lot of people think that, you know what I'm saying, Isaac Cruz will beat Devin Haney. Right? So you get to kill two birds with one stone. Won't you go ahead and do that? Won't you go ahead and knock old Isaac Cruz off if you can? That's a perfect fight. Who wouldn't want to see Isaac Cruz versus Ryan Garcia? Let me know if that's a fight that you would love to watch. Who would want to see Ryan Garcia versus Isaac Cruz? I want to see that fight. That's the fight I'm calling for. I want to see Ryan Garcia versus Isaac Cruz. K Savoy say he say Cruz gonna beat, he said Cruz gonna beat Ryan's ass. Edgar Robles says Mexicans don't want to see Cruz and Garcia. Why not? Why don't Mexicans want to see Ryan Garcia versus Isaac Cruz? Why not? The talented Mr. Rangel says, nah, man, Garcia needs to tune up first. Well, why the Mexicans, why they want to see, you know what I'm saying? Why they want to see Gary Russell and Chris Colbert? They want to see motherfucking Tank Davis fight. I mean, why y'all don't want to see that? I don't understand. Why y'all don't want to see Isaac Cruz versus Ryan Garcia? I don't understand. Make it make sense. So now he need a tune up. Make this shit make sense to me. Old boy came in here said Mexicans don't want to see Ryan Garcia versus Isaac Cruz. Ryan Garcia needs a tune up first. So now he needs tune ups. Y'all got to make me understand this shit. I want to see that fight. I want to see Ryan Garcia versus Isaac Cruz. I want to see that. Let him go ahead and get a tune up against Isaac Cruz since he's so bad. I mean, Ryan Garcia, he critiques everybody. I want to see that shit. I would love to see that. Everybody talking about Isaac Cruz and the rematch with Gervonta Davis, Isaac Cruz versus Devin Haney. Nah, I want to see Isaac Cruz go in there and beat the dog shit out of Ryan Garcia. Let's get that fight. Let's get that fight. Since he can critique since he has something to say about everybody else that get in the ring, go in there and prove yourself and go fight Isaac Cruz. Knockout Boxing says, because fans act like boxing is a team sport. Canelo says he won't fight another Mexican, so that's what they running with. What if LeBron said, I ain't playing against Black Americans? Right. Exactly. All of a sudden, Mexicans don't want to see Isaac Cruz and Ryan Garcia? No, I don't want to see Jojo Diaz versus Ryan Garcia no more. I want to see Isaac Cruz versus Ryan Garcia. Let's get that fight. You know what I'm saying? Let's go get that fight. Let's make that happen. I love that fight. Let's see if Ryan Garcia could take that, you know what I'm saying, could take on a fighter that's strong, that's going to pressure you on the inside, that's going to move you around and bully you and go to the body all day. Let's see if you could deal with that. Let's see if your left hook can deal with that. I want to see that. You know what I'm saying? I want to see that. Let's make that happen. Let's make it happen. And with that being said, I'm going to drop some links in the chat now. And you're more than welcome to come on here if you want to, join the platform. And y'all hit the like button. Y'all smash the like button. If you coming in the building and you ain't smashed the like button yet, smash the like button. Smash on the like button. Mr. Paz asked me, would I pay for that fight if it was made? Yep, I sure would. That's a fight I would pay for. Isaac Cruz versus Ryan Garcia. That's a fight I would pay for. And you know what I'm saying? All jokes aside, it's a hell of a fight. I'm not acting like Ryan Garcia can't fight. He can fight. You know what I'm saying? And he's dangerous. Ryan Garcia is dangerous for any fighter because he got power. He got fast hands and he got power. He got a lot of flaws. You know what I'm saying? He fights with his knees locked, right? He don't have no bend in his knees. He fights with his knees locked. He fights straight up, right? He don't have no foot movement, right? His feet are horrible. And he fights with his chin up in the air. Other than that, he a hell of a fighter. You know what I'm saying? Other than those flaws, he a hell of a fighter. Hey, Red, you got to turn your camera on in the background real quick so I can see who you. Okay, bet. You good. You good? I just do crazy shit on here. Put him on here, so you know. But
Nah, nah,
what's
nah. What's going on, man? Hey, how my audio and everything sounding? I'm driving in the car. I want to make sure I'm straight.
Yeah, you good? You good?
Okay, cool, man. Well, appreciate you having me on, man. And yeah, Ryan versus any credible fighter is a good fight, you know. Even though I'm not a Ryan Garcia fan, he is a talented young fighter, you know what I'm saying? But all he's doing is talking. So I like fighters to fight. So Ryan versus Cruz. Hell, he could have fought Richard Coleman, but Loma got that fight. So Ryan versus Loma. I mean, Devin Haney's still right there. So after Devin Haney get done with Cambosos, which should be in the future, he can, you know, grow some nuts and fight Devin. I mean, it's a lot of fights that could be made in this lightweight division, and there ain't no reason for us not to see them.
Right. And like I said, the dude is a talented fighter. I mean, other than the flaws, you know, he has those flaws that he needs to that he should be in the gym working on constantly. But we heard Canelo come out and he like, you know what I'm saying? The man ain't serious about boxing like he should be, right? So your own man called you out, and so we see why you've had these flaws since the beginning of your career, and you still haven't polished up on these flaws. But other than that, he a dangerous fighter. Anybody that got fast hands like he do, and that got the power that he do, they dangerous. But the thing with Ryan Garcia, I think that he has a confidence problem in himself. That's why we see him pulling out of these fights. If you go back to the when he stopped Luke Campbell, he was so shocked and surprised that he did what he did, right? You see him jump all up on Eddie Rodriguez because he was surprised. He was, you know what I'm saying? He was relieved and he was surprised. He had to prove to himself because he had doubts about himself. He got to prove to himself that he could do that. And he went and did it, you know what I'm saying? But he was shocked that he did it. But then afterwards, the reality set in like, damn, I'm gonna have to do this again. Now my opponent, right now the level of opposition is about to rise. Now I'm gonna have to fight some of these other dudes, right? The B class level fighters. Now I'm gonna have to fight some of these dudes, and that's when the anxiety,
I think,
right, set in. That's when that shit set in. That's why he started pulling out of fights. And
I think Ryan Garcia is scared of himself.
He's not confident in himself like that. He tries to come off like he hella confident, but he don't have the confidence in himself. And like I said yesterday, confidence in boxing is everything. If you got all the confidence in the world, right, you're a dangerous man. But if you're not confident in yourself, that's a problem. And shout out to my man Dwayne Freeman in the building. What's happening with it, Dwayne?
Ain't nothing. What's going on, Keon?
What's happening with you? And my man Cortez Bowles in the building. What's happening with it? What's good with it, Cortez? Think you on mute. But yeah, so man, that's just what I think about the situation. What you got on that, Dwayne?
Man, Ryan Garcia ain't getting there with nobody. He not gonna fight. He's not gonna fight Isaac Cruz because he just pulled out of the JoJo fight, and JoJo and Isaac Cruz fight a similar style. He's not getting there with him. And he saw what he did with Tank. He took Tank to the 12 rounds, and just like you said, he got dropped by Campbell, but Campbell ain't no top fighter. So now that you got to get in there with the top fighters, he's not doing that because he knows he's going to get knocked out. He fight with his chin straight up in the air. He's not getting there with no Isaac Cruz because Isaac Cruz is going to knock him out. I don't see that going past 6 rounds. Isaac Cruz is going to knock him out.
Right. And we've seen that Isaac Cruz is very, very defensively responsible. So it's going to be very hard for it. See, to me, that's a complete mismatch for Ryan Garcia. And I'm going to let y'all know why. And I'm going to pass it to my man Cortez. because Ryan Garcia fights straight up in the air. If you look at his legs are locked out. His legs are locked in. You know what I'm saying? Straight up, no bend. And then Isaac Cruz is a little dude that fights low to the ground, right? He fights low to the ground. He digs to the body, and then he comes up, and he's going to the body over and over and over. Look how Ryan Garcia fight. His body is open all day. His body open all day by the way that he fights. Now, and then it's going to be hard, very hard for Ryan Garcia to catch him, to catch Isaac Cruz in the body because how short he is. You know, Ryan Garcia like to catch dudes with that liver shot in the body. And he got a pretty good body shot. I mean, we seen him drop what's his name with it? Luke Campbell with that, and stop Luke Campbell with that shot, right? And he has that nice left hook. Well, Isaac Cruz is very defensively responsible. He keeps his phone, right? He keep his phone to his face the whole time in the fight. You know what I'm saying? You've never seen him slip up in that Tank Davis fight. He keeps the phone right there. He keeps the phone to his ear the whole time, right? So what's the chances of Ryan Garcia catching him with that left hook clean? It's a slim chance. What's the chances of Ryan Garcia catching him with a kidney body shot like that? That shit is almost slim to none because of how Isaac Cruz is built. So go ahead and go out there and fight Isaac Cruz and see what happens. That's just how I see the fight going.
Yeah, Ryan Garcia, in order for him to hit him with that body shot, he got to bend himself down. And when he throws that body shot, he leaves his chin wide open. And Isaac Cruz like to throw that overhand right. And he's going to be wide open for when he goes down and go to the body. He's going to be wide open for that overhand right, and it's going to put him to sleep.
Right. Cortez, what's your take on that, Cortez?
He ain't gonna do nothing. Brian ain't gonna do nothing but be a highlight reel for Isaac. Can you hear me?
You got a lot of noise in the background. It's hard to hear you.
That's somebody else getting out of the car. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, yeah. He ain't not gonna. Ryan Garcia not gonna be nothing but a highlight reel for Isaac Pitbull Cruz. I was really like hoping to comment on something else outside of that. Ryan ain't got nothing coming. Let him go ahead on and get gone the way he was just gone for the last 2-3 months. He just go back to where he was just at.
I mean, the dude don't really he talking, but he ain't showing that he want to fight nobody for real.
I mean, that's he that chump ass dude in school that always talk that stuff, but just never always ran at the end when it came down to the fight time.
Right.
So he ain't never been about that life.
Yeah, he that dude that talk shit, right? And tell everybody it's gonna be on after school, and then when after school comes, he ain't nowhere to be found. You know what I'm saying? He that dude.
His mom came and picked him up. That's why I didn't fight. You seen I got hurt at recess. That's why I didn't fight. All that type of stuff, man. Nobody. He irrelevant, man. He gotta do something for real. Let him make good on one of them promises, one of them empty promises, and then maybe we can take him serious.
Right. My man, let me put you on mute because while you ain't talking, it's a lot of noise. So I'll put you back on mute.
Go ahead. I'm still in the building.
Okay, bet. My man, Big Drew Titan in the building. What's happening with it, Drew?
Yo, what's good?
What's happening with it? Man, what's your take on all this shit, man?
Dig this here, man. What we need to do as a community is force a fight with Ryan Garcia and do him a favor and get him that Isaac Cruz fight.
Right.
Get him that fight. That's what we do. You know what I'm saying? Because, we make fights happen over here. And when they don't happen, we know what it's about. But you see, Issac Cruz is hot right now. And he has a new supporter in me. I like his story. I just saw I saw something in reference to him going to a basketball game for the first time in his life or something like that.
Right.
And, this was a great payday for him and his family. And I love that about him. And he came in and he showed out. if you remember, I said what I needed to happen because a lot of people were ready to say Issac Cruz was a cherry pick. All right. But see, the thing is, if Tank fought Rolly would have been done in like 4 or 5 rounds after 800 tackles and everything else.
Hey, Rolly might not. Rolly, you might have to. You know what I'm saying? He might have to get disqualified because Rolly ain't gonna feel no pain.
The fight was gonna be ugly, man. The fight was gonna be ugly. Now, because that Rolly situation is a whole other live stream, but Cruz came in there, and I like what you said in reference to him staying on that phone because that uppercut that Tank is known for throwing for, that shit ain't land all night. He damn sure threw it like 10 times.
Mm-hmm.
And Cruz, let me tell you, he well scouted Tank. No excuses. Tank had a hurt hand. I understand that, but they can fight 30 times, and I don't think it'll change that much. Tank will have to slow down a bit. But Issac Cruz is a legitimate threat. He's making 135 exciting, and I got just what I wanted. I got just what I wanted out of that fight. You know, I didn't want it to be a blowout because if Tank blew him out of there in 2 rounds, we'd have been like, see, cherry pick, here Floyd go again. But what did Tank say at the end of the fight? He said, a star's born. So we ain't got to say anything. Tank said it for us. I like Issac Cruz. I like that kid. That kid is no nonsense, and he's coming to fight every time. All right? He's the epitome of what a Mexican warrior is. This is what we like. This is what we like. The kid is a warrior. So salute to Issac Cruz. So the perfect fight for Ryan Garcia to get back. It ain't against no Lomachenko. It ain't against no Cambosis. What name value? He has the only fans that Ryan really has is a bunch of Instagram followers, and a lot of those dudes like how his body look. Dudes. Right. You understand? Right. So get him an Issac Cruz. If he could stop the Issac Cruz train because it just left the station, go on and grab that. And if he could look good against him, maybe we'll consider him. See, Ryan, I wouldn't hate Ryan if he was out here performing and backing up his talk. But every time, even a heavyweight fight, he's on Twitter talking shit. Shut up, dude, and perform. He needs to perform. That's what the criticism is. Ain't because of how he looks, ain't because of his ethnicity. I don't care about none of that. Because if you get in there and whooping ass, we have no choice but to give you what you deserve. All right? Issac Cruz is legitimate. 135 is lit. And Issac's a major player. We need to force Ryan Garcia versus Issac Cruz. That'll be do or die for Ryan. If he could beat Issac, I will count it as a legitimate win. If Issac beats him, I'll be like, hey, so what? It was Ryan. I told y'all. But give the kid his credit. You know what I'm saying? Hashtag Issac Cruz. I'm a supporter of the kid. I like what he did. I like his story. You know what I mean? Garcia versus Cruz in early 2022. Let's get it.
I love that fight. And we got it. And people don't realize Issac Cruz is only 23 years old.
Yeah.
That Tank fight is going to make him a lot better because his confidence is through the roof right now, right? Yep. And he only going to get better. He's only 23 years old. that's a complete mismatch for Ryan Garcia.
Hey, well, I appreciate you letting me on the show, man.
I'm gonna let you go ahead and cook now. What's your take on this?
No, basically, man, what the gentleman before me just talked about, exactly my sentiments. Same exact thought process I had about it all. I mean, in Issac Cruz, before, obviously I'm Hispanic, right? So I was already like, come on, Issac, like, at least put on a good fight, right? Because in my heart, our betting man, I'm gonna go for Tank, obviously, right? That's the way to put your money, where the sure bet's at. But when Issac came out, and like the gentleman before me was saying, he earned respect, man. A star was born, and it was a beautiful thing. I mean, he did his due diligence with Tank, and Tank's great. Tank's gonna move on to greater things, you know what I mean? But Issac definitely, earned respect, and I would like to see, this might be a far stretch, but I wouldn't mind seeing Devin Haney go against Issac Cruz, and see where Haney's at with that.
I want to see Ryan Garcia go against him.
You know what I'm saying?
Devin Haney, he has the WBC title. He deserves, he deserves to fight for the rest of the belts. That's just how I feel about that situation. I think that he deserves to fight for the rest of the belts.
You're right. Yeah, that's true. And Garcia, but you know what? Garcia keeps his chin too high, bro. Issac Cruz gonna throw one of them left bombs, and he's gonna go night.
Yes, sir. Yes,
it's a mismatch. To me, when you study both fighters, to me, like I'm a guy that always says certain styles make fights, right? I I'm not with all that triangle theory shit. It's styles make fights. And when I look at that fight, it's a total mismatch.
Yeah.
It's a total mismatch. And Issac Cruz, I think that Cruz will knock him cold out.
And then if he hits him with two of them cold ass body shots, like he hit Tank with a couple body shots, but Tank, Tank's resilient. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
he got a game face. Let me address
exactly.
something real quick. The brother K Savoy in the chat said Cruz would get Haney, and you know what? I ain't mad at that.
Yeah, me neither.
I'm not mad at that. And how do we find out? Put him in there. Issac is a problem for everybody.
Yeah.
Issac is. I don't know if he beats Haney. I don't know. But this is what makes it for a great discussion. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, definitely.
Issac is a problem for everybody at 135.
I remember growing up, bro, and people would be like, you're hanging out on the block or whatever. People be like, oh, I could beat his ass. Well, how do you know? Okay, well, fight each other then. No, I don't want to. Okay, well, then don't say that. You know what I mean? That's what Ryan does. Ryan always says, I'll beat his ass. Come on, bring it on. Then when it's time, like,
yeah, he ain't nowhere to be found.
My stomach hurts. We all got that homie that does that. Oh, I'll beat his ass. Well, I'll call him over. No, not today.
Right. We call that talking shit from behind the motherfucking screen, the screen door and shit.
Oh yeah, yeah. That's why I tell people all the time. They're like, why did this boxer do this and that? So it's easy from the couch. It's easy to talk shit from the couch. But get up and fight a couple of rounds. You're gonna be throwing up on your shoes if you're not trained right. You know what I mean?
Right. Mm-hmm. And let me get to my man Knockout Boxing 86 TV. What's happening with it, Knockout?
What's popping with you, bro? Salute to the panel, Drew Titan, Dwayne Freeman, all the other brothers that I don't know. How y'all doing, man?
Great. Thank you. Bless.
What's going on, Knockout?
I'm chilling. What y'all talking? Isaac Cruz, Ryan Garcia. What y'all talking about, bro?
Yeah. I want to see Ryan Garcia versus Isaac Cruz. How you see that fight going? And what do you think about, like, is that a fight that you would want to see next? Or would you want to see?
Yeah, I wouldn't mind that. I wouldn't mind that fight. I think Ryan Garcia need to prove he can beat somebody like a Issac Cruz or Jojo Diaz or Javier Fortuna. These dudes he's been running away from to get the real smoke. Because he a lot of talking and a lot of clout chasing and shit. And honestly, with Issac Cruz, bro, like if Tank couldn't keep him up off of him, who the hell gonna keep him up off of him, bro? You know what I'm saying? Like who gonna have the power to keep him from getting to you? You know what I'm saying? Like if Tank couldn't keep him off of me, he kept coming. He a tough fight for a lot of these people, man. He really is. And his defense looked like it got better in that fight because he never had a tight defense until he was fighting Tank. I guess because he knew what was coming back at his ass, but his defense was much tighter in the fight against Tank, and so. I think highly of him now. Like he's a problem down there at 135. I want to see him get a big fight. He earned that shit at least to get in the ring with somebody like that. Or I wouldn't mind to see him get Nakatani in there or somebody like Comey or something if Comey loses to Loma. Just he deserves a top 10 fight, bro. I guess is my overall point. But as far as what I think of him fighting Ryan Garcia's left hook, I mean, I don't think that's enough. His feet too damn flat, chin up in the air. I see him getting hit with an overhand right pretty bad. See an overhand right coming across his chin and putting him on his ass, bro. And then Issac Cruz ain't going to stop. That's the thing, too. Ryan Garcia got a long-ass torso and shit.
Yeah.
Issac Cruz body work, bro. Oscar De La Hoya ain't making that fight. Oscar De La Hoya ain't making that fight unless he can sign Issac Cruz and use that coming out party, bro. That's pretty much. And
I agree with you. I agree with you 100%. But it's like, when is Oscar De La Hoya gonna get tired of Ryan Garcia and all of the bullshit? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because let's be honest, Oscar De La Hoya is not making no money off of Ryan Garcia.
Facts. To answer that question, I say as soon as Virgil Ortiz can become world champion or get a big fight, he needs somebody that he think is a cash cow. He just holding on to him because he don't know yet. He don't know what Virgil gonna do if he gonna really be that big. So and he don't know what Ryan gonna see. As soon as somebody under his stable pop that he feel like he can market, that he feel like he can use to make money, he'll get Ryan Garcia up out of there because people ain't gonna want to make fights with Ryan Garcia, bro. Like these other promoters and shit, you pulling out of all these fights, they can't trust you, dog.
Yeah. Hey, but Virgil, man, I think Virgil's on his way, man. I forgot about Virgil for a second. So you brought him up right now, but hey, that boy's a problem, man. And I almost think, for me, people will call me crazy, But I think he's ready for Bud Crawford. You know what I mean? I think he's ready for them like that, bro. I really do. But I could be wrong.
His heart there. I mean, he got good skills. He's just too easy to hit, dog.
Yeah,
Yeah, he likes to get in wars, huh?
Is he showed that against Igis Kavalaskis, and if he get in the ring with that type of defense against a Terrence Crawford or Errol Spence, even Jerron Ennis, it's gonna be a problem.
You think even Ennis?
Bro, yeah. Ennis is like that.
Yeah,
like for real. Like, I mean, now don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. When I look at the eye test, tells me that that Ennis is better than Virgil Ortiz. But I can't put Ennis above Virgil Ortiz because Virgil Ortiz, his resume is way better than Ennis.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He has the body of work to prove that he is what he is.
Yeah,
now,
definitely.
I look at the eye test and I see skill wise, I'm like, okay, Ennis is like this dude, he's like that. But he's still, to me, I'm about your resume and who have you beat. And Virgil Ortiz, he's there.
Yeah,
like,
for sure.
Look at the two teams and what they're saying. That'll tell you everything that you need to know. You got Bozy Ennis, Jerron Ennis' father in training. He said, "Yeah, we can make that fight right now."
Yeah,
you got Virgil Ortiz. You got Virgil Ortiz's team saying, "Oh yeah, that's a big fight in about 4 years
down the line."
Yeah.
So they letting you know what they think of their fight without.
And Virgil went with the Reynosa, huh? He's over there now, right?
Probably, yeah. I don't know. He said he went back at that reporter that reported that.
He said that was a lie. He said that was
just a lie. So.
Yeah,
but he did leave Robert though, right?
Yeah, he left Robert. He left Robert Garcia. Robert Garcia said that he had really been knowing that they was going to leave.
Yeah, you could see the proof. You could see the writing on the wall.
Yeah, but let's move on.
Let's move on salute y'all. I gotta run, fellas. Salute y'all.
Peace out.
Okay, big group. Right, I'll be on there in the morning.
No doubt, famo. Later, y'all.
Yes, sir. So let's move on to the next topic, right? The next topic I want to get into is this Keith Thurman. Keith Thurman versus Mario Barrios.
Oh.
Now, Mario Barrios, right? We seen him give Tank Davis a tough fight.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It took Tank a while to figure out Barrios because Barrios was actually trying to box smart. He was using his length against Tank Davis until Tank finally finished him, figured him out and finished him off. You know what I'm saying? I had picked Tank Davis to knock out Barrios, but Barrios, if he didn't do anything in that fight, he showed that he came in there and he was game, right? He showed he didn't just come in there as an opponent to just lay down to get a paycheck, right? So salute to Barrios for that, right? But Barrios, he talked about how hard it was for him to make 140 pounds. You look at Barrios, he's a big ass dude for 140 pounds. You know what I'm saying? It was hard for him to make weight for that Tank fight he talked about. So he moved up to 147. With that being said, him moving up to 147, we hear now that Keith Thurman is ready to come back for the motherfucking millionth time. We've been hearing Keith Thurman ready to come back for goddamn near 2 years now. He's been ready to come back. You know what I'm saying? Keith Thurman had a hand surgery. He was supposed to be out 8 months and come back. It's been shit. By the time he get in the ring, it'll be almost 3 years. But now I think he sounds like he might be ready to come back for real this time, right? So Keith Thurman finally is getting ready to come back at the top of the year, right? And we talking about doing a pay-per-view, putting Keith Thurman and Mario Barrios as the main event on the PBC pay-per-view. That's what they, you know what I'm saying, trying to finalize. That's what they trying to get done. Now, I like that fight. You know what I'm saying? Personally, I like that fight because, like I said, Keith Thurman has been out of the ring for a long time. If you go down Keith Thurman's Instagram, Keith Thurman was, I don't know what size he is right now, but if you go down his Instagram, and I'm gonna show y'all too. Hold on. Keith Thurman was weighing 200 pounds in some of these Instagram posts. Well, I mean, I'm gonna show y'all. Hold on. I'm gonna show y'all right here. Hold on. Give me 1 second, y'all. Keith Thurman is looking big in a lot of these posts. Here we go, right here. Here's Keith Thurman. I'm talking about he ain't got no type of muscle definition to him. Here's Keith Thurman, and you know what I'm saying, one of the posts. And you can just go look, Keith Thurman, you know what I'm saying, he walking around damn near, I got you, Batman. He was walking around damn near 200 pounds. You know what I'm saying? If he wasn't 200, he was real close to 200 pounds. You feel me? So Keith Thurman, he walking around big. So I like this fighting Mario Barrios, because Keith Thurman, he needs an opponent that's just like, we don't want to call him just like a walkover tune-up, but he needs an opponent that's tough enough, but still not too tough. You know what I'm saying? That everybody expect for him to go in there and beat Mario Barrios, but Mario Barrios can give him good work. You know what I'm saying? Mario Barrios can still give Keith Thurman good work, but he's not good enough to beat Keith Thurman, or you know, to where we got to be scared. Like, damn, Keith Thurman might get knocked out. You don't want to put him in a ring with somebody that you like, okay, damn, Keith Thurman might get knocked out. He might not make it to another big fight. So this is the perfect fight for Keith Thurman, because Mario Barrios, people know who he is now because of the Tank Davis fight. And he respected. People got a little respect for Mario Barrios now. Put him in the ring with Keith Thurman, and that's a good fight. I expect Keith Thurman to go out here, and he got to stop Mario Barrios. If Tank Davis stopped him, and remember, people was trying to put Tank Davis and Keith Thurman together at one point. I knew that was some bullshit, but if people was trying to put Tank Davis and Keith Thurman together, if Tank Davis stopped Mario Barrios, I don't give a fuck how long of a layoff you've been having. You have to go out here and stop Mario Barrios. I don't care when you do it, but you got to do it. You got to do it. You got to stop him. So I like that fight. As far as a pay-per-view fight, I don't think that's not a pay-per-view worthy fight. You put that fight on Fox. That's a Fox fight. Am I gonna pay for it? Fuck no. I'm a stream it. I'm a watch it, but I'm not. You ain't gonna, like I keep telling people, you're not gonna feed me bullshit and tell me I have to pay to eat some bullshit.
Right?
It's a cool fight, but not on pay-per-view. If you put it on pay-per-view, it's a bullshit pay-per-view. But like I said, I like the fight though. I'm gonna pass it to my man, Red. I'm gonna pass it to my man Red, because he came in the building first. What's your take on that, Red?
Me personally, I don't like the fight, and the only reason, it sounds good, but the only reason I don't like the fight is I don't take Keith Thurman serious. Guys go through injuries all the time in boxing. It's a sport. It's a sport where people fight each other, so injuries are inevitable. So the guy being out the ring this long shows me he's not serious. Vasil Lomachenko had an injury, and he fought Teofimo Lopez, had surgery, and now he's fighting again. You know, this is the second fight. He's been back since his injury. It didn't take him 2-3 years to come back. He's serious about fighting, so I want to watch him fight because he's serious about it. Keith Thurman just coming to get a check. I don't want to. You know, I don't have nothing personal against Keith Thurman or nothing like that, but I want to see fighters just really game, really wanting, really got that drive, that hunger to actually prove something in the ring. I don't want to see a guy showing up for a paycheck, especially not for a pay-per-view. So, nah, man, Keith Thurman, if he want to come back, in my opinion, he needs to be like on somebody's co-main event fighting Mario Barrios or something to that extent, and he needs to show me personally that he's serious about fighting again. Other than that, he just, to me, I feel like he's just like, damn, I spent all this Pacquiao money. Let me get back in the ring and get a little check. Nah, forget that.
All right, man. I agree with that. I actually like that, where you said that he needs to work his way back up to a main event and show people that he's worthy, that he's serious about this shit. I like that. You know what I'm saying? Dwayne, what's your take on that?
I like the fight. That's a nice tune-up fight for Keith Thurman. because he's been out of the ring for what 30 months. So we don't know what fighter we're going to get with Keith Thurman. Is he going to be the old Keith Thurman, or is this going to be a fighter that's past his time? So I mean, for Mario Barrios, that's a nice tune-up fight for him. I got Keith Thurman probably stopping him in the later rounds, but like you said, if he don't stop him, I mean, it's pretty much over for Keith Thurman, because if Tank Davis can go out there and stop Mario Barrios and Keith Thurman can't, and Keith Thurman was one time one of the top welterweights, and he can't stop a guy that's moving up from 140, then you know it's over for him, because he don't have nothing coming to none of the top welterweights that's in the ring now. So, I mean, that's a nice tune-up, and we could see what Keith Thurman is really about coming back after a long layoff. So, I mean, we're going to see if it's the old Keith Thurman or if he's past his time. So that's a nice tune-up. I mean, I wouldn't pay a pay-per-view to see it, but that should be just free on Showtime. That's not no pay-per-view fight that I want to pay for. But, I mean, it's a nice tune-up for him.
Yeah, no doubt. Yeah, I agree with that too. Like I said, I agree with both of y'all. You know what I'm saying? With what y'all saying. My man Cortez Bowles, what's happening with it? What's your take on that? Cortez, you in the building? I think he might have stepped away. Let me go to.
Hello.
Yeah, we hear you.
I said, my thing is this right here. The fight don't really prove nothing if he win. He beat up a little guy. You know what I'm saying? Not a little guy, but he beat somebody that's not on the echelon level that he was on. But he talked all that stuff about how he didn't know Boots. This would have been a good time to get acquainted with Boots, and then this would have let us know whether we was dealing with the real deal or he was somebody that just needed a face rag.
Yeah, Boots ain't nobody tuned up.
I know he's not nobody tuned up.
Though.
We understand that, but it's a Thurman's mouth and the way he dismissed Boots as if, oh, I don't know that guy. This would have been a great time to get acquainted with him. If you don't know him, then go meet him. Go meet him for real.
Right.
All that sarcasm and side slick talk type stuff. Yeah, go ahead on and fight him. You go ahead on, you look at his resume ain't strong. But if you go in there and you beat Boots, then you automatically project it all the way back to the top. And then if you don't beat Boots, then you project Boots all the way to the top. But then we really don't know what Boots really beat, because we don't know what's the real measuring stick for Keith Thurman right now. Because if he don't knock Barrios out, we're going to be looking like scratching our heads like, well, what the hell? But then if he knock Barrios out, then we still going to be sitting there wondering like, well, okay, so what's the real measuring stick for him? I don't think Barrios is a proper measuring stick, but it's an okay, it'll do. It's a C+ type situation for him.
Okay. You want to see him go straight in there with the heat. Okay. If you go in there with Boots,
I got one other situation, right?
Yeah.
Now, with the WBA not giving Earl what he wanted by being able to fight Ugas, and it's potentially that he gonna need he can't disrespect Crawford like that and just go in there like that. You know what I'm saying?
I agree with
So
you.
Keith Thurman and Earl Spence would have been the perfect fight. It would have been a grudge match. It would have sold pay-per-view. It would have been big numbers on pay-per-view. And that's the proper measuring stick for both of them. His excuse is you've been off, I've been off. So what's what?
Yep, and I actually said those. I said those exact words, and I agree because I've been saying that. Like that's the perfect fight to me. Yeah, that's the perfect fight to me. I agree with that. But I'm gonna pass it to let me see. I'm gonna put you on mute because you got a lot of background noise, and I'm gonna pass it to somebody else.
I'm still here. Let's go ahead and do what's necessary.
Bet. Let me see who we had. I don't even remember. I think it was I think my man 84 Prime. 84 Prime, it's on you. What you think about that?
No, that's great, man. But you know what? I think that if Barrios has a good chance of beating him, and if like you said, if Thurman don't stop Barrios, then he's gonna just go into obscurity, bro. He needs to just. I think that's the end of his rope. You know what I mean? Because like he said, what's the measuring stick after that? You know what I mean? Who knows? You know what I mean? So he has to stop Barrios and he has to beat him in a good fashion where he just beat him up all 12 rounds. You know what I mean? So that definitely has to happen. And I think Pacquiao just exposed Thurman already. He's done, bro. Pacquiao two-pieced him, little tiny Pacquiao. You know what I mean? And dropped him. So I mean, I don't know what to say about that. I mean, you can't really judge off, this person beat this person, but in a sense you can, though. You know what I mean? Pacquiao is what, almost older than Jesus, and he beat Thurman. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know.
Yeah, but see, and now Thurman, he got to show that he was really injured in that Pacquiao fight because see, his thing is that he was injured before he went in the Pacquiao fight. He said he knew he was injured, but he basically just took the Pacquiao fight because of the money. Okay. Right? That's what he said.
He did say that. Yeah.
Yeah. But, so now he's saying that he don't have no injuries. He's 100%. So you got to go out there and you got to show us that you one time.
Yeah,
you got to get your name back.
Yeah, right.
You got the one time in your name no more. You got to earn your name back.
Yeah, for sure.
You got to do it by starting with motherfucking Mario Barrios.
Because Barrios is pretty resilient. I mean, we've seen it from Tank. But Tank hit him with some good shots prior to dropping him. So Thurman's gonna have to show. Okay, I was hurt then, and if he comes down and he stops Barrios right away, or he beats his ass 12 rounds, then yeah, for sure he can come back. He could be, he can start getting letters back like an O, an N, an E. You know what I'm saying? To be one time again.
Right. Let me see what my man, move to my man, Knockout Boxing 86 TV, man. What's your take on this?
Man, I'm trying to figure out, like, in the chat up here on the panel, it's a whole lot of faith being showed in Keith Thurman. Like, we talking about a fighter that's fought 4 times in 6 years.
Right.
He's fought 4 times in 6 years, and we talking about him getting a stoppage. Y'all know in his last 7 fights, he only got 1 stoppage, and that was to Luis Collazo. So not only does he have 4 fights.
What year was that in? What year was that in?
He fought Luis Collazo in 2015, bro.
Damn.
So y'all up here talking about stoppages and he ain't. First of all, by the time this fight happened, it'll be 30 months that he been out the ring, 2.5 years, bro. And he was already turning into a fighter where, like, the first 4 or 5 rounds, he might can get your ass up out of there. But after them first 4 or 5 rounds, his ass get tired. Yep. Dude start working him over, and and it turns into a problem for Keith. Used to be my time Thurman. So I don't know, bro. Like, this is a 50-50 fight to me, straight up and down. Like, let's keep in mind, Virgil Hunter gonna have a game plan for that ass, bro. Virgil Hunter can train. Mario Barrios gonna come in with a good game plan. That's what gave Tank such problems, bro. Like, it was the game plan that Virgil Hunter was able to implement for Mario Barrios to be successful. And you got a Barrios that's tough, that showed that he can take a good shot, and he don't have them gas tank issues. So if Keith Thurman don't get rid of him in the first 3 or 4 rounds, this fight get interesting, bro. I don't get the faith in Keith Thurman. Like, 4 fights in 6 years, bro. I don't know.
Yeah, you're just being a realist.
50 fight, bro. That's all I got on it, though.
You don't think so? So do you think that Mario Barrios is gonna be stronger at 147? Because he's a big dude, and he's having a lot of problems making weight.
He's a 6 foot. He's a 6 foot tall. Junior welterweight with a 70-something inch reach, bro. He's gonna be more muscular. He's not having to cut weight as much. He's fighting closer to his natural weight. Like, I think he's gonna be stronger. And he's just been, like, way more active. Like, I got issues with any fighter that's fought 4 times in 6 years. Like, I gotta see that shit, bro. I gotta see that shit from Keith Thurman. I'm not putting faith in him to stop Barrios. I'll be happy with it. And then let's talk about his comebacks real quick. And I know I gotta pass to the next, but Josecito Lopez almost stopped his ass.
Oh yeah.
Danny Pacquiao almost stopped his ass. To what? To the body. Like, last I checked, your body don't get better by taking time off. Like, that make your punch resistance even worse, bro. So I don't know. We'll see. I wouldn't call it a tune-up. I call it a 50-50 fight. But that's all I got.
That's right.
Okay. My man Drico Bay, he hopped in here. He couldn't. He couldn't. Drico, what's happening? My man Drico, he couldn't help but to put Errol Spence in some shit. We don't hear. We talking about Mario Barrios and Keith Thurman. And he had to put Errol Spence in this shit. My man Drico say, you say Keith only fought 3 times in 6 years, but Spence only fought 2 times in 4 years. Keep the same energy. I'm gonna let you go ahead and respond to that knockout.
Oh, I mean, I can respond to it real quick. I'll just say, Danny Garcia, December in 2020. Sean Porter, September in 2019. Mikey Garcia, March of 2019. Carlos Ocampo, June of 2018. I'm still only 3 years back, and that's 4 fights already, but I can keep going though. Lamont Peterson, January of 2018. So that's 5 fights in 3 years.
Yeah, that's right.
I don't get the comment. I guess is my point.
Drico just talking shit.
Yeah, that's it.
Right.
Yeah.
My man, Batman off in the building. What's happening with it, Batman?
What's up, Keith?
What's good with you, man? What's your take on this Keith Thurman, Mario Barrios shit? Maybe going down on pay-per-view.
It's a shitty fight. Why
Well, you said pay-per-view.
Yeah.
Why is we saying Mario Barrios against Keith Thurman? That's crazy. I see if Mario Barrios had a tough fight with Tank, the 12-round grueling tough fight was decision.
That man kind of low, y'all.
Yeah.
Hello?
Batman, can you turn your volume up?
Yeah, hello.
Yeah, we can hear you good now.
No, I'm just saying, why is we saying Keith Thurman and Mario Barrios? We should be saying Keith Thurman with one of the young bucks that y'all keep saying ain't proven yet. That's what we should be saying. Why would I want to see a man that just
especially
got
for pay-per-view?
Why would I want to see a man that got stopped by a 5-foot motherfucker that just came from 130? That just fought the fight before he fought you, he fought at 130. Why would I want to see that? Man, I'm just making
good point, Batman.
Put some names out there, Batman. Throw some names out there.
Boots. Who else? Who else out there that's young?
Man, shit. Keith Thurman can't beat David Evanesian right now, dog. Like,
I mean, they gotta put him in. Though. I mean, they asked for.
What about Mo Hooker?
But why?
Hell no.
Mo Hooker should fight. Mo Hooker versus Mario Barrios is a more deserving fight between the two.
Ain't no, even with Virgil for him, he's a 140 man that got stopped by Jose Ramirez and got stopped by his fucking stablemate. I don't make it make sense, man.
Well, see, my thing on it. Well, go ahead, man. I ain't trying to cut you off. My bad, brother.
Go ahead. I mean, if Keith Thurman if he's going to prove himself and want to say he the top of the echelon again, you got to fight one of these young dogs that they trying to get a crown to.
And that's the other reason, Batman, I say the shit a 50-50 fight, because you can tell by his opponent, number one, he don't believe in himself. Number two, it's a cash grab. That's a dangerous mindset to have going into a fight, bro. That's a dangerous ass mindset, man. All right, this man ain't fought in 30 months. He ain't stopping shit.
So,
but you gotta think though.
You tell me you ain't gonna. So you ain't finna. You ain't finna pay for this pay-per-view.
Fuck no. I ain't pay for the last one. I ain't pay for the last one.
Hey, but anybody on this panel will, if they say, hey, we'll give you about 3.5 million, go in the ring in 2 months. All right, cool, bet. I'll get knocked the fuck out for that. I ain't tripping. So I think some fighters have the same mind frame. You know what I mean? Fuck it.
But I ain't pay for the last one, Keith. Why would the fuck I pay for Keith Thurman and Mario Barrios?
Yeah, but when you reach that mindset of what you were just talking about, homie, when you reach that mindset of just doing money, you might well do it for the biggest bag. You might well do that shit. No,
100%. Yeah, that's of course. Yeah,
you get a bigger bag for. Now because if he lose to Barrios, ain't nobody gonna ever talk about all the shit he accomplished, leading up to this point. They're gonna talk about this bull. It's one thing to man check it out. This a whole different thing if he take an L right here.
If he beat Barrios,
100% right.
what do it still accomplish? It accomplishes nothing.
Nothing at all.
Nothing.
But I don't
They got
really
another
think he's
bag
trying
left
to-
in him.
I don't really think he's trying to.
He got one more
accomplish
bag in
nothing.
him.
I think he's just trying to get somebody in the ring to where, you know what I'm saying,
He
get something
can
rough
wait
on.
out to win or
And then
split.
another thing, Keith, based on the pictures you showing, he about to have a damn fat count, bro.
All right, get a legitimate 147 pounder in the ring and prove your worth. Don't get a 140
You know what,
motherfucker that just got stopped by a 130 motherfucker and try to prove your worth. That shit don't make sense.
Hey, Thurman versus Virgil Ortiz. That'd be a good one.
I'd love to see that fight. I
Ain't
think
that-
Virgil
that'd be
is
good.
topping
And
right
I gonna
now.
do it.
Hey, KP,
I mean-
I'm gonna go to you, KP.
Yeah.
What's your take on the KP?
I think it's a shit fight, just like Batman said for pay-per-view. Man, them motherfuckers crazy. Hey, Ikea, we talked about this the other day. I said, how the hell did they give $50 million to Canelo? Now they ain't got no money. Now they want us to pay pay-per-view for Keith Thurman, Mario Barrios. Man, they got to be fucking crazy.
Right.
But they gonna tell us they ain't got no money for Earl Spence and Terrence Crawford. That's what they gonna tell us.
Hey, they got to do something.
They gotta do something. They gotta make some shit shake, bro. I don't know who the fuck they gonna rob, but they ain't robbing me.
They put Keith Thurman on pay-per-view. Then they putting motherfucking
Luis Ortiz.
Goddamn Luis Ortiz and goddamn motherfucking Charles Martin on pay-per-view. That's some bullshit.
They fumbled all the money, bro. They fucked up the money, bro.
Man,
Them
that
motherfuckers
Luis
need a
Ortiz
PPP
fight
loan,
should
bro.
be on pay-per-view for $5,
They do.
and I ain't
They got
buying that
PPP
shit.
loan.
Hey,
But you got, if you want Canelo, what do you say? You want payday? You want payday? they fumble the bag.
They fumbled the bag, bro. They fumbled the fucking bag, bro. They bringing me Keith Thurman versus the Mario Barrios pay-per-view. Go ahead.
Let me get this super chat real quick. Lee Stevens say it's a tune-up fight. He said he been in the gym. Barrios is a damn near 6 foot. He said he was draining himself at 140, not pay-per-view. Well, yeah, they talking about it's gonna be on pay-per-view. That's what they talking about. It's gonna be on pay-per-view. But Lee Stevens, I think he ride with Keith Thurman. He telling y'all it's just a tune-up fight. Tune-up Thurman. I mean, like I said, I get it. I don't have a problem with the fight, but I got a problem with it being on pay-per-view because I understand that Keith Thurman been out of the ring for motherfucking years, among years. You know what I'm saying? He been out of the ring. Motherfucking Keith Thurman ain't been active really since he fought Danny Garcia. If you want to,
Hey man, have Floyd Mayweather fought more times than Keith Thurman in the last 5 years?
He probably have. Shit,
The fuck?
Think he did. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, I get it. Mario Bar, like I said, if I'm a promoter, right? If I'm you know what I'm saying, PBC, if I'm with the PBC team, Mario Barrios is a cool opponent to put him in the ring with because I'm not that worried about him getting knocked out, right? And that's an opponent that I see that Keith Thurman, you know what I'm saying, probably can beat. Because you put him in there with some of these other guys that y'all naming, it ain't no more Keith Thurman. I can't get no more bread out of Keith Thurman. He's done.
That's what
Ain't
he
no more
want.
Keith Thurman. You put him
That's
in the
what
ring
he
with
want. Get his
motherfucking
ass
Zip him up, Keon. Zip his ass up.
Get his ass out the way, man. I think Mario Barrios and Maurice Hooker, that's a more deserving fight. Maurice Hooker went in there and got in the ring with Virgil Ortiz, a guy that nobody else wants to get in the ring with. And even though he got stopped, he went in there like a soldier and tried to prove himself. So I feel like he's more deserving of getting a check over Keith Thurman. Keith Thurman, if he wants to get a check, he needs to go in there and do the same thing. Virgil Ortiz or Boots. Go fight some of the monsters and show me that you serious about fighting or take your ass back to Clearwater and chill.
Yeah, I mean that's a solid fight though. That's a solid fight though. I like that fight. You know what I'm saying?
Hey man, how the fuck did Keith Thurman waste away his career like that, man? That motherfucker's stupid, bro.
Motherfucker he got that goddamn Nepal pussy. Shit. He got that motherfucking good pussy and didn't know how to act afterwards. That's how he wouldn't worry about shit else. After he got some of that Nepal pussy, he wasn't worried about shit else. For real. Keith Thurman was like, man, fuck boxing. I'm trying to lay up. You see what he's doing? Motherfucker got fat and everything else. Had a baby. He was like, fuck boxing. I'm trying to lay up or something. For real.
Hey, yo.
Yeah,
What good? Okay, he go in, he beat Barrios, right? Then he go into the fight with Crawford in the summertime, and then Crawford wash him. That's still gonna discredit Crawford. Like that, you still ain't fought nobody. You know what I'm saying? It don't even get Crawford no props.
But see, we gotta worry about that. We gotta worry about that when
that ain't
because if Thurman go out there and watch Barrios, then that's gonna make the Crawford fight bigger.
Yeah, it's gonna have to.
You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, because if he watch Barrios and knock him out, because he gotta knock out Barrios. To me, I'm not finna accept nothing less than a knockout. If he can go out there and knock out Barrios, and but I don't even think that
he should have ran. He should have ran it back with Josito Lopez, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, he should have came his lazy ass off the couch and fought Sean Porter again. That's what he should have did. Stupid ass.
I tell you what, Keith Thurman versus Speedy Rashidi Ellis. There you go.
Because Rashidi Ellis had he been laid off for a long time too. That's a perfect fight.
Motherfucker shouldn't have never signed the Golden Boy, man. Golden Boy buried his ass.
Yeah, he signed with Golden Boy. They sitting him on the shelf. You know, Golden Boy.
They won't even let him fight Virgil Ortiz.
I'm telling you, Golden Boy, if you a black fighter, do not fuck with Golden Boy. I don't know why. Like, nigga, what the fuck is wrong with you? You a black fighter and you signed a Golden Boy, and you know that Golden Boy do not display none of they black fighters. Like, they don't even got no black fighters on the roster besides him. You know what I'm saying? That we really know of him and Blair Flair. I mean, come on, bro. What the fuck? That's his problem. That's his stupid ass problem for signing the Golden Boy. All these other promoters out here to sign with, you gonna go sign with Golden Boy? Come on, bro.
Yeah, because they don't wait. They really don't waste the dude's prime for real.
That's his. I don't feel sorry for him. You took your black ass.
Nah, I don't feel sorry for him either, bro.
I don't feel sorry for him. You deserve that shit. You know Golden Boy do not fuck with black fighters. Ever since Richard Schaefer left Golden Boy, what black fighter have they promoted like that? None.
Hey, but check this out though. Golden Boy might not promote their black fighters, and I agree with that, but you got to look at it like this too. All the YouTube boxing creators, who has mentioned Speedy Rashidi Ellis out of all this time? How many videos have you seen of somebody saying, you know what, I want to see Speedy Rashidi Ellis back in the ring? You know, I feel like YouTube, the boxing content creators as a whole, I feel like we waste too much time on talking about the same top guys all the time. You see what I'm saying? Because I haven't heard anybody say anything about Speedy Rashidi Ellis at all.
Because ain't nobody seen him. He on the milk carton, bro.
Exactly. Because this the thing,
True,
right?
Ain't nobody seen him, but ain't nobody even said they want to see him fight anybody though. You see what I'm saying?
Hey, all he got to do is interview. He see YouTube boxing.
Hold on. This is my thing, right? Right? We content creators, right? Okay, that's cool. We talk about what we talk about, what the people want to hear. But at the same time, right? When Speedy Ellis go out there and fight, I don't get paid for that shit. So he has to show people, right? He got to put his face in front of the camera. He got to come on some of these shows. He got to do interviews. That ain't my job. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's his career. That ain't my career. That's just like me complaining about, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's
Demetrius
like
Andre the same way.
That's just like me coming on here once every month and then I'm mad because y'all ain't coming to watch me. You know what I'm saying?
Same shit.
It's the same shit.
Yep. It's the same shit. Right. If you're not here, you out of sight, you out of mind. But dudes are out of sight, out of mind. And they on the East Coast.
Right. So, but Money Brown actually, you know what I'm saying? Money Brown, he actually interviewed his brother I don't know if he interviewed Rashidi
I
Ellis, but I know
remember that.
he interviewed his brother Ronald Ellis not too long ago. But that's you know what I'm saying. That's what these fighters got to understand. Like you said, Red. The internet is where it's at. So they have to make the effort, right? They have
It's
to make the effort to come
yeah,
here, right? Because I
yeah.
ain't finna
Because
go search
Keon,
for these
it's
dudes.
like them dudes act like the internet don't exist or something. They're like the shit ain't free.
Right. I'm not finna search for these dudes like that. Cause you know, I mean, they gotta come and show the effort. This is their profession. I'm not a professional
Yeah.
fighter.
Because evidently they promoter ain't promoting their ass and they paying him.
Right. But I do get what you're saying, Red. I get what you're saying, but they gotta show the effort that they wanna, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Hey,
yeah, yeah, yeah. It's real.
I would love to put, you know what I'm saying, to display some of these fighters that nobody's talking about.
Because I don't think I've ever seen a Rashidi Ellis interview except probably the boxing voice.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? My boy Kyle, the boxing section, TBS off in the building. What's happening with it?
Man, what's going on, fellas?
What's
What's going
Listen,
happening
on,
with you?
Kyle?
I just saw the Keith Thurman shit, and this is the reason why I hate Keith fucking Thurman. You know what I'm saying? I mean, he's the biggest piece of shit. A fucking fraud, man. I hate that motherfucker with a passion. I mean, if there's anybody that I can't stand more than Sean Porter, it's that motherfucker. I mean, dude, he's an absolute fucking worst. He act like he didn't know who Jerron Ennis is, but he gonna fight Mario Barrios after Mario Barrios just got knocked out. I mean, this motherfucker is the worst piece of dog shit, period. He didn't want to give Earl Smith a shot. He didn't want to give Terrence Crawford a shot. And then he gonna drag his non-hairline having ass to the forefront to fight Mario Barrios. I mean, this dude is a piece of shit. I mean, he's the worst motherfucker I've seen in a long time. I mean, you go off and go away for 2 years. You don't fight no fucking body, and then you come back to fight Mario Barrios. I mean, who even asked for that fight? I mean, nobody even thought about that fight. You know what I'm saying? Nobody on this panel can say, you know what? That'd have been a good fight. Mario Barrios versus Keith Thurman, that's a good fight. Nobody said that. Nobody wanted that. Nobody wanted that. You know what we did want? I think I can speak for everybody on this panel. The one thing that we wanted from Keith Thurman was him to go away forever. You know what I mean? That's what we wanted. For that nigga just to go away forever. I mean, he's useless. He's just about as useful as a roll of toilet paper fell in the toilet full of shit. You know what I'm saying? Wet toilet paper filled with shit. That's Keith Thurman. I mean, he's the fucking worst. He is a skid mark on the draws of society. I mean, if there was
Damn,
one
Kyle.
person that we will vote to put on the island by himself with
Damn,
a gang
cuz.
of gorillas, it's that motherfucker. I mean, I can't stand this dude, man. I hate his hairline. I hate how he speaks. I hate how he wears his suits. I mean, I can't stand this nigga. And we need to do away with Keith Thurman. We all need to vote this nigga off the island. You know what I'm saying? We need to put this nigga on the island with a gang of gorillas to be dismantled. I can't stand this nigga, man. But
Somebody
that's my
pray to
take
keep.
on the matter, man. Salute to everybody on the panel, man. What's going on?
God damn, Kyle. Hey, man, Kyle, something. I knew you was coming with that bullshit today, man. Hey, man, my man Kwame East in the building. What's happening with it, Kwame?
What's going on, family? How y'all doing, man? Salute to the
What's
panel.
good?
Salute to
What's
the
going on,
chat.
Kwame?
Chilling, man.
Kwame,
Chilling, man.
before and y'all hit the like button. Y'all smash the like button and salute to my man Tay. Salute to Tay Jones in the building. Y'all smash the like button if you ain't hit the like button yet. Smash on my like button if you ain't hit my like. Before we get up out of here, let me get your take on this, Kwame. What's your take on this Keith Thurman, Mario Barrios possibly being a pay-per-view main event?
It's sad, man. You know, I'm disappointed. First of all, I'm disappointed in PBC for even if it's true for them even considering to put that on pay per view. I mean, Chrissy Ariola versus Ruiz is a more formative pay per view than that shit. You know, I mean, I'm just keeping it 100. Keith Thurman, I ain't gonna go off on him like Homeboy just did, but you know, I feel I feel like he could at least fought somebody who was already at a welterweight. Like he's fighting a guy coming up in weight off of a knockout. You know what I'm saying? Like, how do you gauge where you're at doing that? What's the purpose of that? And one thing I realized about Keith Thurman for a very long time is that he might have won a championships, but he's not really a champion, and he don't have a champion's mentality. Like for instance, when Spence was calling him out back in the day, he didn't respond to that like a champion. When he was injured and he came back and I get like you want to tune up or whatever, but he didn't respond to coming back as a champion should. It seems like he's just like you said, he just cool. He got some ass. You know what I'm saying? He got a wife, a kid, and stuff, and he don't have no real hunger for the sport no more. You know, and I'm not gonna waste my money paying for Keith Thurman. I'll stream it, and I rather not stream fights, but I'm not gonna pay for him at Barrios. That don't even make
You mean
any
to tell
sense.
me you ain't finna pay the $89.99?
No, hell no, I'm not paying for that shit. My brother sent me a link or something. I'm not paying for that, man. And he has to knock out Barrios. I mean, Tank just knocked out Barrios. Like he stopped him. So he in a lose-lose situation. This is dumb. Hopefully it's not true. Because if it's Barrios, this is dumb. Because he in a lose-lose situation. If he knock him out, no one's gonna give him credit because Tank just knocked him out at a lower weight class. So who's gonna give him credit for that? He's supposed to do that. If you don't knock him out, then we're gonna say Tank knocked him out and you suck. You know what I'm saying? You need to go away. So what is this a measuring stick for? Is this just to get ring rust off, or I don't?
Who you want to see him fight? Who would you like to see him fight? That's a realistic possibility.
I don't have, I don't really care to see Keith Thurman fight, to be honest. I mean, he's a good fighter and all that, but he's just lost his buzz. I would like to see him fight Errol Spence, but that's not gonna happen. I think him fighting anyone in the top 10 of any of the major sanctioning bodies at welterweight, I think would be fair, being that he's coming off a layoff. But bringing someone up who just lost at a lower weight class, knocked out and stopped at a lower weight class, I don't get that. That's another reason I didn't give Virgil Ortiz a lot of.
Hey, Cortez, you gotta mute your mic. You got a lot of background noise.
Yeah. I didn't give Virgil Ortiz a lot of props for you might have to mute him.
Hey, Cortez, you gotta mute your mic. You got a lot of background noise. Hold on. All right, go ahead.
Yeah, I didn't give Virgil Ortiz a lot of respect or props for beating Mo Hooker because he had just came up a weight class off of a knockout. You know what I'm saying? I expected somebody like Virgil Ortiz to stop Mo Hooker because if you're getting knocked out at a lower weight class and moving up, then how's that a measuring stick for anyone? So look, Keith Thurman. He's just trying to cash out. That's what I think. I think he's in a position where he's trying to take the easiest route possible to get in some type of payday. And, I feel like maybe some of that Manny Pacquiao money is starting to run low and he trying to get a couple more paydays. But I don't see him loving the sport no more. Like, I don't see that. I don't get that energy from him like he loves boxing anymore. And that's okay. But just don't expect me to pay for you.
Can I ask you a question, big dog?
What up?
When you woke up this morning, where did Keith Thurman rank on your mind as far as boxing goes?
I mean, shit. That's a question I have to think of right now because I wasn't thinking about Keith Thurman this morning at all.
That's my point.
You know what I'm saying?
That's my point.
So me, if I could choose, right? Because right now, like I said, I think that Errol Spence, even though he said he don't want no tune-ups, right? Errol Spence, he said he ain't want no tune-ups, but we know that he's been out of the ring, you know what I'm saying, for a long time. He's been out of the ring. When he gets in there to fight, it'll be a year and a half. Before that, he was out of the ring over a year, right? So even though, right, he said he don't want no tune-ups, I think that when you go in there against a fighter like Terrence Crawford, and I'm picking him to beat Terrence Crawford, but I think that you got to give Terrence Crawford more respect, right? So I don't want to see him getting in the ring off of a year and a half layoff and going straight in there with Terrence Crawford. Me and Batman was going back and forth about this last night. I don't want to see it. That's just my personal opinion. I want to see the best fight the best when they are at their best. So at the end of the day, whatever the outcome is, we can't say, oh well, you know, but this or but no. It's a flat out the best fighting the best at their best. So I would like to see Errol Spence get in the ring, right, in a big fight. It ain't got to be like no, you know what I'm saying, in a big fight. And Keith Thurman, to me, is a perfect opponent. You could, like my man earlier said, you could put it on pay-per-view. That's a fight that I would pay for. Everybody would pay to see Errol Spence and Keith Thurman go at it. I think Errol Spence will stop him, but they both been on layoffs, right? They both been on several years layoffs, right? Through these, since 2019? Since 2019, they both had long extended layoffs more than once. Both of them. They even. You know what I'm saying? On the even playing field. Now, are they even in the ring? No, because I think that Errol Spence will walk through him, right? But that's a perfect fight to be made. They have a history, and that's a huge pay-per-view fight. It's going to sell out anywhere. That fight going to sell out anywhere, and everybody going to buy it on pay-per-view, right? And then you go into the Terrence Crawford fight. That's going to make the Crawford fight even bigger. I would love to see that happen because then Keith Thurman can't say, well, you know, I'm coming off a layoff. I want a tune-up. Well, he coming off a layoff too, motherfucker. Y'all can be each other's tune-ups. Y'all be each other. Ain't no fucking excuse. It ain't no, oh, I got to wait 8 months because I've been on the layoff. Well, Errol Spence been on the layoff too. Y'all get in there and y'all get the rust off of each other. Straight up.
Keon,
I would love to see that happen. That's what I want to see.
Keon, you know, Earl, my guy, but I got to blame him for that though. I mean, because Keith Thurman was calling Errol Spence out during his whole layoff time, and Errol Spence has made it abundantly clear that he's not going to fight him because he don't like him on some personal shit. Which I don't, you know what I'm saying? I think that's robbing the fans. You know, I think Keith Thurman would have been up to fighting Errol Spence, but you know, Errol Spence said he didn't want to fight him. You know, and was Keith Thurman gonna be up to fight Errol Spence right at the beginning of 2020, or was he gonna be up to fight Errol Spence 8 months from now, like he said with Terrence Crawford? Because you don't forget, right? Keith Thurman, he said, I'll come back and I don't want no tune-ups. I want to step in the ring against the best. And then when they throw Terrence Crawford out there, oh well, I need 8 months. You don't think he would have did the same thing for Errol Spence? He probably would have did the same thing for Errol Spence, in my opinion. But the thing is they're both on the PBC side. So motherfucking Al Heyman could have been like, hey, look, I can't tell you what to do, but I can tell you, you know what I'm saying? You can either go out there, we're gonna make this Errol Spence fight, or you can go ahead and sit on the shelf for 2 more years. What you want to do? Simple as that. What you want to do? Right. And if Errol Spence is on board, because now Errol Spence, he don't have a Ugas to fight. It's either you ain't got nobody else to fight but Terrence Crawford. Right. And I think that's a problem for him though, Keon, though, because like if he, for everything that Errol Spence said about not fighting Keith Thurman, if he turned around right now and fought Keith Thurman, the narrative of him ducking Terrence Crawford would go through the fucking roof.
Don't matter, bro. That don't matter because you go into the fight with Keith Thurman, right? With everybody knowing, okay? Everybody knowing, and he could tell it, but like once I get past Keith Thurman, I'm going straight after Terrence Crawford. That's the next fight. Simple as that. And it makes the Terrence Crawford fight bigger. Because you get in the ring with Keith Thurman, I don't care what people feel about Keith Thurman.
No, he can fight.
That's still a huge fight.
Yeah.
That's a big fight for PBC. A huge fight. You get in the ring with Keith Thurman, that's gonna make the Terrence Crawford fight even bigger because now you coming off a pay-per-view that's gonna do that pay-per-view does at least 450K. It do. Keith Thurman already did what 650K, almost 700K with Manny Pacquiao. Combine what he did with the Errol Spence, that shit gonna do big numbers. And Keith Thurman know how to sell a fight because he talks a lot of shit.
True, that's true.
He know how to sell a fight.
That's
you know
true.
What I'm saying? He the one that sold that. Yeah, Pacquiao got a fan base, but he's the one that was doing all the talking.
Yeah, doing all the talking. That's true. My thing is, even with all of that, right? Is Earl gonna agree to the fight? That's the question. Because he's already said no so many times. It's like,
but
is he gonna accept it?
Because you're saying, but see, this is the thing. You saying no when you got a choice of you got Pacquiao out there, you got your Ugas, you got motherfucking you got these choices out there at the time, right?
Right, that don't exist now.
Those choices no longer exist. You see what I'm saying? Pacquiao retired, Ugas, right? The WBC is blocking. They're blocking a black man from becoming undisputed. They blocking it. That's just what it is.
That's crazy.
They're blocking it. You know what I'm saying? They're not. It's impossible for undisputed to happen because now they putting Ugas in the whole tournament to where they're like, okay, he gonna be in this tournament for years to come. You know what I'm saying? Or whoever wins. That shit gonna go on for the next couple years. So they're blocking undisputed. So you don't have those choices now. Right. Put that fight on the table for Errol Spence. Put it on the table for him, and I think that his response will be different because now you don't have the choices that you had before. It's a big fight.
Let me say this: it's not as big as we think it is, bro. Because first of all, Keith Thurman really ain't shit. He ain't been shit. No, he ain't been shit in 2 years. After he got pieced up by Manny Pacquiao, he ain't done shit. He ain't tried to do shit. And if you notice, Keith Thurman always wanted to fucking tune-up fight, bro. He don't never want to fight nobody worth nothing. He haven't fought nobody worth nothing on a serious tip as far as like really wanting to win the fight since like Danny Garcia and Sean Porter. After that, bro,
we got a fake 817 boxing beat. These dudes is weird as fuck, bro. like for real, like you go and take your time to steal a man's fucking name and then go on somebody's account to troll. Like these dudes is fucking really grown men and they really doing this shit.
They Keith Thurman fans, bro. That's all
probably
it is.
Sitting butt naked in their mama's basement behind the computer and shit, jacking off to the computer screen while we doing the show. These dudes is fucking weird.
They Keith Thurman fans, bro. That's what I'm telling you. Keith Thurman has brought these weirdos to your channel, bro. This is what I'm saying.
It is crazy.
Keith Thurman's a fucking weirdo, man. And what I'm saying is, I'm glad Errol Spence didn't give him a shot, because he don't deserve no shot, bro. He don't deserve shit. And then I didn't know they was gonna put this on pay-per-view. You mean to tell me you gonna put a fight that we never even asked for, or even thought about, or even dreamed of, or even it wasn't even our wildest imagination for Mario Barrios to fight Keith Thurman? Nobody asked for that shit. Now, if he would have gave us Jerron Ennis, that'd have been something of note. You know, maybe we could have got behind him. I wouldn't have, because I hate that motherfucker. But people could have got behind that fight. You know, and then you choose a guy that's coming up that's already been knocked out, when you got a whole list of people at 147 that you could have gave a chance to. But no, you need 8 months to fight a real fighter. I mean, this dude, he's a fucking joke. He's a fucking joke. And I can't stand this motherfucker. And as soon as they tell us when this pay-per-view is going to be, I'm giving everybody a link. Listen, I'm giving it to you for free. You know what I mean? I don't want nothing from you. I'm going to give you this link. All right? And y'all can have it. I'm telling you, I'm going on every platform to think of, even platforms I don't like or can't stand. I'm sending out a free link.
But you saying all of that, right? And I get you can't stand Keith Thurman, you hate the man guts. You saying that, right? But what would be better to see than seeing Errol Spence stop that motherfucker? Why would you want to see Errol Spence go in there and put him out on stretcher?
You know why? Because he'll get paid for that.
Huh?
Because he'll get paid for that. He'll get big money to go to sleep.
Like,
I don't want listen.
Like to
listen.
tell you the truth, I don't really care what these dudes get paid. Like
Listen.
I'm not trying to block nobody from getting paid, so that ain't really my concern.
I am. Fuck
I ain't
him.
really
That's what
care
I'm saying.
about that man getting paid or not.
I want them to cut his water off. Like they say on BMF, cut that nigga water off. Fuck him. You know what I'm saying? Fuck that nigga. Because when Earl Spence was trying to make that kind of bread, he didn't help Earl Spence get that bread. So fuck him. Let him be down on his dick. You know what I'm saying? Fuck that nigga, man. You know what I'm saying? Fuck him in his punk ass hairline. Weak ass nigga.
I want to see the fight. You know what I'm saying?
I don't want to see shit. I ain't paying for it either.
I would love to see Errol Spence and Keith Thurman right now. You know what I'm saying? It ain't no better time than now to do it. You know what I'm saying?
I'm with Earl, man. I'm with Earl. Earl feel as though he motherfucker want to get in there with the champions, man. Let him do what he do, man.
So you want to see Earl go straight in there with Terrence Crawford?
Most definitely. Because Earl a different breed. He showed me that. He came from off a fucking car accident and went in there with Danny Garcia when none of them niggas had the balls to do nothing of the sort. Keith Thurman, Terrence Crawford, Sean Porter, none of them niggas have no balls to do nothing that boy did off that accident. He one of the niggas that he don't have to be in always 100%, and he's going to will his way through it. He showed me that already.
Yeah. Yep.
Well, and let me get your take on this, Kwame. So, right, because I know you know what I'm saying, you be having, all of the families in your group. You got Terrence Bud Crawford family in your group. You know what I'm saying? You dialogue with them all the time. Plus Errol Spence family, right? And I want to get your take on this. Would you rather see Errol Spence take a fight in between and then go directly in the Crawford fight, or you want to see him just go straight in the Crawford fight?
Either or, don't matter. I would say from a business mind, like I would want to see him get a fight in just to see where he's at, because he had an accident, one fight, then an injury, and then a cancel fight. So just to see where he's at, I would like to see that. But from a fan perspective, I'm just ready to see them fight. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I'm just ready to see him and Terrence Crawford fight. I'm just at that point. But the reality of it is the fight's not going to happen next, and they're going to blame Earl. But Earl have fight dates already with PBC and Fox, and we don't even know what Terrence Crawford situation is.
Right.
Like he's on vacation. I heard in a week or two he's going to Dubai or something. I'm guessing it's for MTK Global. That's my guess. You know what I'm saying? Because Travion was on my podcast the other night, and he said they was going to Dubai. So I don't know. I just feel like that fight's probably not going to happen right now because they already had plans for Earl. You know what I'm saying?
And let me ask you this, because Batman mentioned the Danny Garcia. Now, my honest opinion, right? This is my opinion. I'm not speaking for nobody else but myself. I'm gonna give more respect to Terrence Crawford, right? I'm gonna give more respect to Terrence Crawford. I don't want to see the same Errol Spence that I saw beat Danny Garcia. I don't think that's good enough.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I don't think a 70% Errol Spence to me ain't good enough to beat motherfucking Terrence Crawford at his best. I don't want to see a 70% Errol Spence get in the ring. You know what I'm saying? Because he spoke on the Danny Garcia fight. Yeah, he beat Danny Garcia, and he beat him better than anybody has beat Danny Garcia. But that ain't good enough to me.
I agree.
When you fighting Bud, that's my opinion.
I agree. No, I agree with that opinion too.
I want to see that nigga with the stab.
All right, now I just want to see Earl be great. If Earl go ahead and beat this boy ass and be great, he gonna be one of the greatest welterweights ever. Cause motherfucker, he just came. He got a fucking car accident on his fucking resume. He got a motherfucking. He came back, beat all the shit out Danny. I don't care the pressure when he beat all the life out Danny. And Danny and them was banking on him not to be Earl Smith again. They was banking on that shit. And he beat all life out Danny Garcia.
Batman.
You ain't see him at the press
he
conference?
did.
Yeah, he beat the dog
But
shit out
he
Danny
wasn't at his
Garcia.
best. I want to see the best that they best because me, right? And I put money on it. Errol Spence, that nigga with the shag, Errol Spence, the nigga that's at his best. I think he stopped. I think he stops Crawford.
Man,
And I put money that he stopped Crawford at his best.
But to me, if he walked through Crawford and beat the shit out of Crawford, coming off a 1 year layoff, man, Errol Spence is the greatest welterweight ever, man. Fuck all that. That's what I'm putting. He's the greatest welterweight ever.
Yeah, I think.
I don't know about ever, but I mean,
Yeah, he's up there.
I mean, he got a car. He got a car on his resume. What welterweight got a car on their resume?
Hey, Batman.
Yeah.
Are you going to Atlantic City?
For what, Gary fight?
Yeah.
Nah, I ain't going. I'm helping him out though. I'm about to go to the gym now.
Man, bring your ass to Atlantic City, man. I'm gonna be out there for that shit.
That's a good one too. That's a good one, man. Gary want all the smoke with everybody. Like I said, we're gonna be talking about that a lot more. But man, let me get everybody last words before we get up out of here, man. Batman, before we get out of here, let me get your last words real quick.
Man, like I said, man, Errol Spence will be the greatest welterweight ever because he's the only welterweight got a car on his resume, dog. Motherfucker.
Right, man, I could dig it. I could dig it. My man, Kwame East, man, what's your last words before we get up out of here?
Yeah.
And let everybody know where to find you at and what time you going on next.
Oh yeah, sure. Yeah, so you guys can find me at Loyal to the Game Boxing on YouTube, Loyal to the Game Boxing and Sports 2 on Facebook. Most likely we'll be having a show tonight, sometime around 9:30 p.m. With my co-host Rico Bay.
East Coast time.
East Coast, yeah, East Coast time, absolutely. And yeah, Keith Thurman. I don't even really have any words for Keith Thurman. He's fighting a smaller guy coming up off a knockout. That's not what a two-time a former unified champion does. That's just not, to me. It's not a champion mindset at all. To me, screw the politics. He could have fought someone that was at 147 who had a win, and maybe not a win over a top person, but at least somebody. You know what I mean? So I'm not buying that fight. And then my other thing is, Crawford need to stop using his passport to call people out. That's what I'm gonna say, because Errol Spence right there in Texas, and actually I heard Crawford's in Mexico, and Texas and Mexico ain't too damn far from each other, from what I know. So it ain't hard to find Earl, but if you don't have no representation right now, then all you doing is clout chasing. If you ain't going be real with your situation, then you just clout chasing, and pretty much that's all. My belief is that's all they've ever done since they got in welterweight division was clout chase off Errol Spence their whole career and fight nobodies. But yeah, salute to the panel, salute to the chat. I'm out of here.
Yeah, for sure. And my man Kyle, the boxing section, TBS. Let me get your last words and let everybody know, what time you do your show and all of that, and where to find
Y'all can catch me live on Barbershop Conversations, 9:00 Pacific Standard Time, and then right after that, you can catch me on the boxing section. I go live every day, probably except for Saturdays. I don't really go live on Saturdays. Wifey be tripping and shit. But yeah, that's about it, man. And most of all, fuck Keith Thurman.
Keith Thurman, I was coming.
You know what I'm saying? Fuck him and his goddamn dog. Fuck him. And that's the facts of the matter, man. Hey,
Yes,
K,
sir.
A17 said that was him. He said he was trolling somebody in the chat.
Oh
So,
shit! I gotta go unblock him then.
If you blocked him,
Hey, tell him I go unblock him after the show off.
Hey, one more thing. Hey, D-Man Jr. said, man, bro, he even got the concrete on his resume, man. Earl got concrete and a car on his resume, man.
Hey, that's a fact. Hey, but man, I appreciate everybody joining the panel. I appreciate everybody in the chat that participated. Y'all already know, another great show. Hit the like button if you have not hit the like button yet. Once again, hit the like button and sub to the channel if you're not already a sub to the channel. We coming back at you tomorrow. I appreciate everybody that came through, and y'all already know how I do. There you go, talking that boxing again, and I'm gone.